There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the cold of morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money back. We make sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. Ramon Scott, sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you. Coming, whoops. Oh, I got a new overlay here, but I can't see myself. Hold everything. We got a little timeout. Timeout. How many timeouts do I have left? Let me go to the new overlay, the old overlay here. There we go. All right, that ain't gonna work. Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Friday, November 14th. We're getting ready for a great sports night with little college football, NBA basketball. We have NHL hockey, short card tonight, and a lot of college basketball. So great to see everyone. Great. I can see. Open the window, open the curtains here, and welcome to the show. The magic curtain, the green curtain here on the Sports Money Network. So we get your day started here with the morning steam. Great card here today, and we thank you for joining us, everybody. Last night for Thursday night footballs, we saw the New England Patriots move into first place in the NFL. I guess that's how you would put it, with the win over the Jets. Confident win, yet maybe didn't get the cover for you. Let me know how you did yesterday with that number falling where it did. Pretty much right on the number, right at 13 yesterday. But, some people like to buy little points. Some people like to get the line early. Some people maybe were a little late. But it's okay. And no doubt a dominant performance to a certain extent. The Jets had Justin Fields. Wasn't an awful game for him, even with the yardage there in the first half was, again, rather minuscule, similar to the last game. But, he's able to get out of the pocket and run a little bit. And then, of course, his coach comes out after the game and says, boy, we really need to be a little bit better so he doesn't have to take off running so much and put himself in jeopardy. No, that's not right, Coach. You need a quarterback like this who can. I mean, if anything, you look at take a Jackson Dart, for example, when he goes off running, right? I mean, you're worried he's going to get killed. Justin Fields is one of the swiftest runners and smartest runners out there with the slides. You rarely see this guy get cracked. He knows what to do. If anything, look at some of the runs when he took off on and, he'd run right to the marker and get it, exactly right. He really is one of the best runners out there. Doesn't make the Jets any better. I'm not making any excuses for the Jets, and another loss there yesterday in the 27-14 defeat. It did go under as well there for sure on that one with the 41 there yesterday, but the Jets led early on a well-engineered drive to take a 7-0 lead. The script was good. The Jets looked okay, and then after that they had 4 punts on the next 4 drives. So Fields is not probably really geared towards being a quarterback of a bad team. He could probably take a good team and guide them along if there was an injury or something like that. But yeah, doesn't really have that downfield pop, so to speak. Doesn't help that the guys on his team couldn't catch the ball there a couple of times for sure. That long pass, that would have helped. That was an extremely difficult catch, but then we saw another one go right through the arms like I was trying to make the catch out there. So great to have everyone here. And after that game, we had coverage there last night. We took some time off here from the channel with some of the live coverage here, and just trying to reset things, I guess, a little bit is what they told me. So Patriots come in having covered 7 of their last 8 games here right now, and they've dominated the Jets. They've won 18 of the last 20, and the Jets are just 2-8-1 against the spread here in Foxborough. So the Patriots got it, and right now, no one's saying fluke or anything like that. You can put Drake May in the MVP conversation. There's no doubt about it. And it just feels like with a quarterback like him, the best is still yet to come. Even if this still maybe yes, could they be the AFC representative in the Super Bowl? I'm not sure. But there are some historical data points that show that they're doing certain things that teams just don't do unless they do go to the Super Bowl. But when you're still just kind of in your first go round, if you will, but it feels like with Diggs out there and 2 good running, I'd say Travion Henderson, really, though. Ramondre Stevenson, nice job when he was in there, right? And hopefully he'll come back and give him a good 1-2 punch. I think Henderson's obviously your man. It's easy to say after the 3 touchdown performance, but you just got to like the way he runs the ball and doesn't get caught behind the line of scrimmage a lot of times. And if he does, he's still able to fight to get back to the line. So it feels like he is maybe going to be one of the better backs, it feels like, moving forward in the future, especially because he's got the breakaway speed for kind of a thicker back, a muscle back kind of, maybe for size, speed, and power. Well, he's got to be one of the best out there. And we really haven't seen what this guy can even do yet. So a lot of positives for this Patriots team. And, hey, if you want to say that it's a new era with Vrabel, I don't know. It feels kind of – remember where Vrabel comes from. It feels like the Patriot way when you're talking about Vrabel. So I think the Patriots are well equipped to move forward in this season. Look, you got to go obviously against the Bills here right now. The Ravens could be making their comeback here as well, but I don't know. The rest of the teams don't really impress me here too much right now. Yeah, there's a few contenders in there as well, but maybe it will be the Patriots and the Bills. Could they hook up there? Hey, we're just a few moments away from college basketball. I said a few moments, but 90 minutes away from college basketball here this morning. We're going to go back out to that St. Petersburg tournament. I thought it was great yesterday to talk about it, and made me look it up, right? And they said when this tournament was last played 26 years ago, 41,000 people filed into the Tropicana Dome to watch this particular tournament. Yesterday, there couldn't have been 41 people in the gym there. Maybe there was a few hundred people. I don't know if there were yesterday, but we'll have another 11 a.m. start. So that'll be awesome as well. Hey, don't forget, this weekend, we've got some great coverage lined up for you here on the Sports Money Network with our UFC companion stream on Saturday. You're going to be with us. Me and the guys will be here to guide you through the UFC card here over the weekend. It'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. I think they even said, Mikey said 5:45 p.m. and 2:45 Pacific. Maybe hit the airwaves a little bit early for UFC 322, Della Maddalena versus Makhachev, the welterweight championship here on Saturday. You're going to want to join us for that card. There's also an incredible secondary championship fight on the ladies' side with Valentina Shevchenko, 37 years old, taking on Wei Li Zhang, a firepower of a woman in there in the flyweight, now a flyweight here, and they'll have a championship on the line as well. So 2 championship fights and a great card. We didn't see one change in the card, brought in a green fighter to take on an experienced veteran, but you can check out our previews here for the fights on the Sports Money Network. The guys were along on Wednesday. They put together First Strike, and they've got the previews, their best bets on First Strike. And you can also check out my show, VB MMA Picks, as top MMA handicapper VB had his guest this week, Liam Picks Fights. We also previewed, in addition to that main event, a welterweight clash between top 10 contenders, Leon Edwards and Carlos Prates from Brazil. And also we previewed featherweights with Mariscal and Sabatini. So check out VB, MMA Picks, and First Strike. Get going for the weekend here on the Sports Money Network, and we'll be with you, man, for 6 hours. You know who won't be with us this weekend at the UFC? The president. He's not going. He maybe it's a little busy this weekend, so no UFC reportedly for President Trump this weekend, but be a great card here on Saturday. Of course, there's plenty of college football to talk about there on the weekend as well. We'll be along with that companion stream. Make sure you join us then. Let me say hello to the folks in the chat who've been waiting patiently for my arrival here on the show. And hey, there's Steam. Let me get one Steam, and it just came in, right? We got to preview all the Steam here. Don't we? Was anybody counting yesterday? I don't. Officially, the Don Best Steam. Anybody with Don Best can verify this. I know I've been talking a lot of trash about it this year on the show. I mean, this is just it's a complimentary service to you. Okay, let's see here. 6-3, 9-3, 12-3, 15-3, 16-3, 16-4 was that Don Best Steam yesterday. Yes, the lines moved. You might have missed one or two and maybe had a loss. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The Steam rolls again here in college basketball. We don't have them all on the air, but we try to give you as many as we can. And so far this week, it's 112-85. This week, so I guess that's about 56.5%. So that's pretty good. But yesterday was a real blockbuster there for sure with that record. And so just keep track if you'd like. But I've got one for you here right now. You heard it. The longer I stall and try to gather my sheet here, it'll probably get stale. But let me give it to you anyways. It was in the game between IU Indianapolis. IU Indianapolis and Eastern Michigan. The Steam came in on the over with that IU Indianapolis team. Let me just mention, it also did come in on IU Indianapolis a while ago. It drove that line down from 7 all the way down here now to 5, although there is some 6s out there as well. And this total, which opened as low as 186.5, is now at 188.5. The Steam came in on the over in that IU Indianapolis Eastern Michigan game. We know IU Indianapolis. Nobody is playing like this team in the country. The fastest paced team, the pressing, nonstop. That's what they do. That's what IU Indianapolis does. And reportedly, you're going to see it again here today if that Steam is correct. Like I said, the Steam basically coming up, I guess, an 80% day there yesterday. What did I say? 16-4? Did I misstate there on that record there yesterday? So get ready for a big day, hopefully with the Steam there. So IU Indianapolis and Eastern Michigan. IU Indianapolis was the Steam. IU Indianapolis Eastern Michigan over was the Steam. Hey, Gooey. Oh, man, I hope I didn't miss Gooey's play here. I don't know when it starts here in this challenger match, but he's got Brody. People might be a little bit familiar with Brody. And, oh, look, he's got Coppin State here. Looks like, is that a team total there? I've got this game in the preview, so hopefully we'll get there. If not, we'll preview the game in about an hour and make sure we get it on the air, but I think we can get there. I mean, we got the big NBA, but it's really not a lot of, I think college basketball and NBA are kind of the main sports today, aren't they? Hey, it's great to wake up and be down thousands of dollars in the market here. I'm going to need you to subscribe because, man, I've only dropped about 10 dimes over the last week with my retirement account, the stock market. Hey, I've been buying. You guys just buy. I mean, I'm a totally naive trader here over the last few years, from after years of doing it the old-fashioned way, right? With my money from working and trying to invest and just being a casual investor. With the apps, with the Robinhood, man, I'm trading every day right after the show, usually for a little while, just buy on the dips, buy on the dips. I mean, hey, if the stock market crashes, we all go down together. I mean, the whole world would die anyways. So just buy these dips, man. When the thing's down 1,000 points over or more over a week, you just got to keep on firing, and then do the same thing over and over. You buy these dips, and then you sell it a little while. I mean, this thing will go, I'm sure, back up, even with this goofy economy and goofy leadership. But hey, let's say hello to Nuke there. He's ready to go for some money as well. Just bet we don't need the stock market. Just bet the over in the Leafs game every day. I mean, geez, this thing has been out of control. How many in a row is it now, Nuke? 12, 13 overs in a row. I don't think that's championship hockey, but thank you, Toronto Maple Leafs. Are we doing it blind? Maybe. A distraction. I see a distraction in there today. Blue says got Lions and Eagles over this weekend. Andrew giving us the glad hands. Joe W's here. Thank you, Joe, for your support for me here on the channel. And M the Great. Nice to see M the Great ready to go. And also, hey everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, the fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. We're here every day. I'm here every day. Mikey's here we almost have programming every day. I'm trying to make sure we do. But hey, we don't want to just have people on here to have people on here. We got great programming here. Okay, here's some steam though, real quick. I'm just talking nonsense to get this steam out. Good morning. UL Lafayette and McNeese. Here comes some steam on McNeese, man. They've been steamed big time here today. McNeese opened as low as 11, and we're seeing some big time steam with McNeese here. Right now, they're up to 15 and a half. Some books are dragging along here right now. You might be able to get in on some 13 and a halves, maybe. I'm seeing at some books. They haven't quite cut up to these sharp books. It opened 11 up to 15 and a half here right now with that steam coming in on McNeese State. So looks like a McNeese blowout to me. All right. Just as I started talking, here come the market turning around. Maybe I need to do financial news. More steam for you right now here on the show. Abilene Christian and Stephen F. Austin. This one is steam to the under here at 144. This one's gone down here for sure over the last minute or two. Bringing you this live actionable information here daily as part of my routine. This one's down to 142. 2-point move to the under. And again, these are when I say the steam, it's not a pick. I'm giving you market data, live market data that I pay for. So that's why I appreciate it when you guys do subscribe. I spent several $100s on these services to bring a great program, hopefully, to you. And I think it's paying off right now if you guys are playing those college basketball steam moves. I don't know if I'm hearing it from you necessarily, but I hope you are taking advantage. I am. It's not the be all end all, and sometimes I do. I've said it here on the air. Hey, I'm fading this steam, but right now it's early season, and that's when the sharps. Here's the funny thing, right? A lot of I'll say casual bettors, maybe even you say, hey, I want to see these teams. That's fine. We all want to see the teams. We want to make sure we know what's going on, but this is when the sharps actually strike, when they're ready for it. They're ready to go at the beginning of the season, make the bookmakers adjust. And I think that's why they're so strong here early. Like I said, after last week going close to 66%, and then following it up this week, it's already down here this week to 56 and a half, it looks like. But throw in a day like yesterday with an 80% day, and you're right back on trying to pick it up. We'll see today what happens. Thank you to Bobby Mack here always for your support of me here on the channel. And Terrell Moore, prime time unders, says Terrell, keep it coming. Yeah, maybe I did go with the over here did we? Oh no, we pushed with the Patriots, but yeah, I was on the over there on the show yesterday. Although, man, did we really do well with the props yesterday on the show? I had Justin Fields over in his rushing prop. I had Hunter Henry over in his receiving yards. I had Pop Douglas over in his receiving yards there yesterday. We had also those winners on the show or on the show yesterday. And let's see, Bobby Mack, more great run there yesterday, college basketball. And here's some more steam for you in honor of Bobby Mack. I know he loves the moves here. We just talked about UL Lafayette and McNeese. Hey, if you missed that move, maybe you said, hey, I don't want to lay 15.5 if it was 11, Ramon. Here's a move on the under where it was 135.5. And it's going down here right now to probably going to be about 133 when this thing stops moving. Let me look at it here with UL Lafayette and McNeese. So we just gave you side and total. Pick and choose if you want. Sometimes nobody wants 2 bets on a game. And even I sometimes don't. Sometimes I don't put 2 bets on a game. But this one's gone down here big time to 132.5. And again, you're seeing some slow books moving. Circa is kind of stirring this market up here right now. They're down to 132.5. I'm showing Bet Online still at 135.5 under. Bovada 134.5. DraftKings 134.5. But it's moving now under UL Lafayette and McNeese State. Terrell says he does not have any of these teams as grade A, probably just comparing them to the historical teams. You're always going to have a group of A's, I think, right, Terrell? I mean, certainly got to put teams like the Patriots. I'm with Blue. I mean, Patriots, Bills, if they want to play each other in the title game, in the AFC title game, I'd be just fine with that. So let's see here. M the Great, I think less than 80 yards on 20 carries. I think you might be talking about Henderson there, or maybe that's Fields' numbers. But I think that's Henderson's numbers there a little bit. 66 yards on 20 carries. Thank you, M the Great. And Zavera Moneyline, boy, I had to lay off this match. Sinner doing a great job though here. He's just, I believe, about ready to wrap it up here on Shelton. Probably just should have rolled here, but it's close, right, on this number here right now. So Sinner taking care of business there with the match this morning at the ATP Finals. Been a good set of matches at the ATP Finals for sure this week. All right, let's see what else here. Thank you for all your comments in the chat. And Flea Mathis is here this morning. Thank you for being here. SF Niner talking a little tennis here this morning. Thank you. And SF Niner talking Cooper Cup action here this weekend. Dylon in the chat. Hello to Dylon. Great job last night on the stream, man. Dylon really did a nice job there, everyone. Really good. And hey, also Dylon trying to round up some likes for me here on the show. Hey, I've made it all the way through your comments, so don't forget you can get more plays from me over at winnable.com. Say we had a pretty okay day there for sure yesterday with some of my selections here. Nothing overnight for me so far, but we did have some premium pick winners in college basketball yesterday. I had Columbia, Michigan State, San Jose State game to go under there yesterday, and we also brought home a winner with Grambling and Southern Miss game to go under. Apologize for any confusion there. I had left off the play, and then the AI gave me an over on it, and I didn't even pay attention. I went back a couple minutes later and switched it. Hopefully you caught that. It was well before the game started and everything there, but also brought home those winners in the tennis yesterday, and probably going to go with today's afternoon match for sure. Also brought home a free winner with the college basketball VIP picks with Central Michigan and South Alabama under in that early morning game there yesterday while we were on the air. Also brought home a winner with I think that was it. I think that was plays we sent out yesterday. So for just about 40 cents a day, when you subscribe using the promo code STEAM, you're going to get more plays from me here on the channel. Usually a little bit more than that, especially tomorrow with the college basketball. I mean, I'll probably have at least a half a dozen games go out overnight, and then a little more there in the afternoon. So, all right. Hey, hope all my friends down there in Southern California are hanging in there here with the big storm coming in here tonight. I know we'll get it here in Vegas shortly thereafter, but man, some wet weather conditions for sure in Southern California starting here this morning, apparently. Let's see what else going on here. Do a little bit of roundup from the action yesterday as well. We did the NFL game. Old Dominion over Troy. We had that one on the show yesterday with the under in that one, 33-0. ODU gets the win over Troy. Joseph threw for 150 yards, ran for 90, and scored 2 touchdowns. And Old Dominion was just churning out the offense on the ground. It was no match. They rushed for 351 yards in the game and outgained Troy 500 to 140. So it was a rout for sure. There, we gave you the under here yesterday morning. Also, had a winner here on the morning steam with Purdue and Alabama game to go under 175-ish. Yesterday is Purdue won 87-80. Alabama led by 4 with 11 and a half minutes left. Purdue took over and got the win there, and we had the under as our winner here on the show yesterday. West Virginia and Pittsburgh also gave you the winner under here in that backyard brawl, 71-49. Solid win there for West Virginia over an ACC team, and the Mountaineers are 4-0. They led by 9 at halftime. Pittsburgh just 5 of 20 from three-point range. Wild one late night, in case you missed it. Cal almost came back against Kansas State in a wild one, 99-96. Cal shot over 50% from three-point range, but nearly came back. Kansas State, they were good from the inside. They're an inside team. California was shooting from the outside. Kansas State 3-0, shooting 54% from three-point range so far this season in their 3 games. So let's see here. Also, I think that was it for the exciting games there. I will note one team worth noting that's kind of climbing I don't know if they're climbing the polls yet, but Tennessee Martin, they beat UNLV. I was reading the story in the Las Vegas Review-Journal about the game, and Tennessee Martin, they have basically 5 Eastern European starters, and their roster is made up of players from 11 different countries. I think when you see that a little bit, you see what they're doing. They beat UNLV as a 16-point underdog, and they beat Bradley as a 15-point underdog. Obviously underrated here, and watch out for Tennessee Martin, I think, here this season. Those are some impressive numbers. We saw MVP. I was joking with the guy. I wasn't joking with the guys, but kind of making a joke of myself, as I cashed a ticket with Aaron Judge to win the MVP, and they were like, "Oh, what'd that pay?" I'm like, "Well, kind of embarrassed to say I took it when he was actually a minus money favorite over Cal Raleigh, and I don't even know if he was the MVP really, with Raleigh, the switch hitting catcher, to hit 60 home runs and basically a pitcher's ballpark, but Aaron Judge did it, and Shohei Ohtani with that award as well over in the National League. And story broke later in the day after the show, but I do want to mention it, that the Padres are for sale. This goofball family, man, people, San Diego never can have good. Why can't we have nice things? They've got a goofy family now after the great owner Peter Seidler passed away from cancer 2 years ago, and basically I don't know, today's the 2-year anniversary of his death, and yesterday they decided they want to sell the team because they like money. They don't know anything about baseball. Maybe the wife was right when she said that she doesn't think that the brothers should be running the team. But in the end, you look at what Peter Seidler said. He said he wanted his family to run the team until his children were old enough to manage the team. That is not even going to happen. They're not going to fulfill this man's wishes, and we don't want him to. Let's get an owner in here. Just don't bring in Morad. Morad is the person they're talking about coming back and repurchasing the Padres. Oh my goodness, I don't know if I want that, but maybe a second. Maybe there are second chances for owners. That doesn't happen too often, but maybe Morad could come in and own the Padres. I guess I might sign off on that. I think I'm the man to own the Padres, but gonna have to turn these markets around. All right, I'm ready to get going here with previews. Already close to the top of the hour, and a few more comments came in. Thank you, everybody, as we get ready to roll here with college football up first. And let's see, SF Niner likes Zverev versus Sinner in the ATP Finals, and there it is. Look at Jarrell said, look, the Raps were waiting for Cleveland, and they won the game on the road. Wasn't that interesting, right? And also hello to Cash Kane here today in the chat. Happy to be with you guys here on the Sports Money Network. All right, Cash Kane and I might buy the Padres. Want to say hello to Ash Own. Man, it's nice to have a new commenter here bringing in the heat with a bunch of plays. USC, Iowa, Texas, A&M, Michigan, Georgia, St. Mary's, Gonzaga, Oregon. I think that's Germany and Croatia. Thank you, Ash Own. Really nice to have a new commenter in the chat. And Bar is here as well. All right, let's get ready, everyone, and talk a little college football here this morning and get your plays. We got 2 games tonight, and they're not MACtion, they're not USA Conference USAtion, they're not Sun Belttion. These are ACC here with Clemson and Louisville to get us started here today this morning. We'll cover the cards from yesterday when we get there. We got to get started here in this one. So let's have it with you guys right now with Louisville coming in here as favorite against Clemson here in this one. And, you look at the spread records of these teams, and you might be tempted to go one way. And if you look at the total record of these guys, you might be tempted to go another right now. But it does feel a little bit even here with Clemson. Definitely been continuing to take a step back a little bit. Louisville has been really strong at home so far. Let me squeeze in a basketball steam, though, here. I've got to get these to you, man, because it's been hot. East Texas A&M is taking some steam here right now in their matchup this evening with Rice. East Texas A&M was an 11.5-point underdog, but right now they are taking the steam here against Rice, and East Texas A&M is now down to plus 9.5 at the biggest book in the country. That's a 2-point move or so, maybe a little bit of juice currently, but that might not stop here right now, and another one right behind it. This one coming in here right now on the main board between Tarleton and Baylor. Steam to the under here. Oh, man, I knew that was coming. Even had it to put a bet in on the under, but steam on the under right now. Here it was 153.5, but we're seeing this thing go down here right now. That we're hitting this one live, you guys, with our coverage of the moves, and this one currently is now 152.5. That's a 1-point move, maybe a 1.5-point move so far, but may still be going further. I'm giving you these moves in real time here. Tarleton and Baylor steam to the under. All right, let me get my coverage rolling, though, here of this one between Clemson and Louisville here tonight. Like I said, got a Louisville team coming in here 7-2, just a 2-point favorite over 4-5 Clemson. And not only that, in fact, it's definitely 2.5 here now. I'm going to put that in there. It probably was 2.5 all the way, 2.5 and 51. So not only that, you got Louisville coming in here 7-2, ranked 20th in the country. Clemson unranked here right now, right? And Here's the thing, though. Louisville, they are 7-2, but they haven't been that good against the spread, quite frankly. In fact, just 3-6 against the spread so far this season. Now, Clemson is also 3-6 so far this season. They just have a 4-5 record. This is the first time this season that Clemson will be an underdog. Louisville is 0-6 against the spread at home this season. And even if it has been a bad season, Clemson is 2-1 against the spread on the road. It does make it a little bit like, oh, maybe it's still Clemson, right? But it doesn't really feel like it, right? Even despite these trends, and yeah, maybe Louisville hasn't covered any numbers. They're still 8-2 against the spread in conference play when laying single digits, basically 8-2 in their last 10 in ACC play as home favorites of single digits. So, Louisville, it looks like the better team. They're at home. They're ranked. They're only favored by 2.5, I guess, is my point here in this one. This probably was going to be one they were looking forward to earlier in the season, before the season, putting it on TV, but that really hasn't been the case here right now. With the records here going, and Clemson is probably the most disappointing team around here. But didn't we see it coming? It's been going like this here for a couple of seasons now, and even if they were overrated again here this season. So could Clemson here finish under 500 with Dabo as this thing continues to just go into mediocrity, considering you're an ACC team? One steam move here right now, real quick, if I can interject. Western Illinois and Cal Baptist. We're seeing some steam to the under here. We also saw Cal Baptist get steamed overnight. They were a 12-point favorite, and they got bumped up here. I'll give you the current line, but the steam right now in this game is on the under. Make no mistake, Western Illinois at Cal Baptist, the Leathernecks and the Lancers here, but right now it is down to 141. That's a 2-point move on the under here as we speak. There, and also mention that steam that came in on Cal Baptist. They did open around a 12.5-point favorite, and they are currently 14.5. That steam was old, but just to let you know, it did come in on Cal Baptist, and we mentioned how hot it is. It's getting hot in here. Man, we'll never shake this. Okay. I'll keep it going here, though, real quick with this one, and kind of cover it here right now. So, look, a little bit of revenge here for a 33-21 home loss to Louisville last year for Clemson, even though they did outgain them by nearly 100 yards. Clemson was an 11-point favorite in that one last year at home. So maybe it could be motivation here. Clemson was 6-0 straight up and against the spread in the previous 6 series games before last season's turnaround. They had owned the series, but maybe we'd already seen the shift with Clemson, right? It's been kind of the running joke that, Dabo had seen it had gone past Dabo, right? He didn't want to give in to the newfangled ways of NIL, and they still might be behind the curve because of his reluctance early on. Everybody sees the light now. I mean, you got to play the game. So Louisville comes in off that 3-point loss to Cal last week as an 18.5-point favorite. So they've been very, very crummy. And not only that, they don't do well in non-Saturday games. I don't know if that's an angle or a coincidence, but they are 1-5-1 against the spread in non-Saturday games in their last 7 in the roll. So look, you might call it payback, but I'm not very confident in a Clemson team here on the road. I'm going to probably go to the total here in this one with Clemson and Louisville. Clemson 1-2 to the under on the road. I'm just going to take the under in this one with Clemson and Louisville at 51. Get your plays in the chat. Thank you, everybody. Lots of comments here coming in. And Jimmy, good morning. Hello and welcome. Here's Ash Own. Does like Clemson at plus money here. And Cash Kane says, I'll take Clemson, but I'm going to need a little bit more. I'll go ahead and lay some juice and take some extra points. Bar says, go under with me. Thank you, Bar. And Ash Owen giving us some NFL underdogs this week. Thank you, Ash. Please be part of our chat all-stars. And don't forget, everyone is eligible to win some free plays from me if they want. Here I have my sports money premiums, and I do give a package out at the end of the show. So if you comment in there, you could be drawn. Some people just like to see their name drawn, I think, and I think that's fine too. Cash Kane is also going to go under 61 here. Louisville for Nuke. And I think Cash Kane says, you know what, maybe it will stay under that big one, that bigger number, the real number. 9 Legacy says Louisville. Blues going with a little teaser here, possibly, it looks like. And Ash Owens got their NFL. Thank you, Ash. Hello to Tariq there. Take Louisville money line here in this one. And look, Ash Owens says what everybody's thinking. It's not the players, it's the coaching. It feels like they don't have look, when you missed out on that particular, when the NIL was just starting, and you say, we're not into it, we don't want to do it that way. That was only, what, I don't know, 18 months ago. So you're still missing out on all those players that maybe you bypassed on right now. And, can Clemson, how long it's going to take for them to kind of get things kind of back together Clemson style? Or, what, was that kind of a once in a lifetime kind of situation for Clemson? Look, we know that Clemson has had great seasons in the past, even before recent, but they also were kind of a dweller in conference play for years before they were a near superpower. So did we just see something special there for a few years quite a while there with Dabo? All right. Cash Kane says, how about the Jets? They got that cover for him and that under. Ash with more NFL plays for us this weekend. We'll be here on Sunday. We do weekend shows here. Jimmy's on Louisville. And look, Duke says, look, don't forget, their games went overtime in those losses, right? The Virginia was overtime as well, right? Okay, great. And look at Shelton making a little noise. Not quite ready to go. Not quite ready to drop this one. All right. And Wager Detective is here this morning. Hello to Wager Detective. Thank you for the follow in there, Wager Detective. Looking forward to getting your picks, your stream there, your timeline. And let's see here. Dabo, homegrown Dabo. Yeah, Wager Detective, no doubt. Clemson had owned the series until last year's game. But again, that was really the peak Clemson here of those years, right? And Shelton has fallen apart here in the tiebreaker, and Sinner is going to have match point here right now. Up 6-3 in the tiebreak. It's already had match point once in this match, but has got a bunch of match points here right now. Clemson, the classic road dog public play here, so he'll maybe take Louisville here in this one. I'm just kind of watching this last point, if you don't mind, but I'll cover a little bit more here of the game too. So like we said, first time they're an underdog, and I think with Braum, you mentioned he's a good coach, right? Unfortunately, he does seem to play to the level of competition, but hey, you're playing Clemson, so I think this means you get up for it, and Sinner does beat Shelton there in the ATP match here. So now I can get back to my Pakistan and Sri Lanka cricket match here. All right, let's see here. Clemson first half, money line and full game. Wager Detective thinks it'll go to 3 here. Clemson had a couple of strong quarterbacks.
Steam play.
Let's get some steam out to you here real quick. PZ, while we show PZ's EuroLeague. Man, I've been not playing the EuroLeague, at least publicly, here right now. So thank you, PZ, for sharing some plays here. I don't know if I was quite getting it together. So nothing public for me on the any of the service here currently. I liked one match yesterday that almost made my public card, but tough when you got all these other sports going on. For me, I want to make sure, I'd like to say, cross the T's, dot the I's. Illinois State is getting steamed right now in their basketball game here on the morning steam. Illinois State today taking on USC, and they're taking the steam here right now. They were a 16.5-point dog. Yeah, that's for sure. Here comes that steam, and I'll tell you what, I like this. This is actually in the preview, so maybe I should just give it out right now. I do like Illinois State in this game to cover. It's now down to 15 here. I like them against USC today. It was 16.5 down to 15. I will announce it is my play right now. This one's being played in the Intuit Dome as part of a doubleheader tonight. Illinois State at USC. Both the LA teams are playing a doubleheader at the Intuit Dome. I made a joke last night about UCLA, and maybe I'll bring it up again when we get to that point. But Illinois State right now taking the steam, and that is my pick. So we'll almost skip that one when we get there. I like the Redbirds here plus 15 against USC. USC is undefeated. Also, Montana is taking some steam here right now on the morning steam show. We're seeing Montana here was a 5-point favorite, but now they're going up, and Montana is currently up to 6.5 for sure. Montana taking the steam right now against Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Montana 3-1, taking that steam here right now on the morning steam show. We're covering college football and basketball here right now with our coverage, and also just moments ago, it was West Georgia taking the steam against Citadel. West Georgia was a 5-point favorite, but they took the steam here, and right now, you know I'm doing a show, right? Man, here comes some more. But West Georgia taking the steam here right now in their matchup with the Citadel. West Georgia was a 5-point favorite. They are all the way up here to 7.5 right now at Circa. Big move here for West Georgia, 2 or 2.5 points. The steam had already come in on the Citadel in West Georgia. This one moved big time. The send out on that one was 145.5. Most books opened it higher than that. Most books opened it at least 146, 140. DK opened at 145.5. It's all the way up to 150.5, even juiced to the over at a couple of books. So that one's had at least a 5-point move over the send out on the over. The Citadel and West Georgia, the steam came in on the over earlier, but the live steam here right now is on West Georgia, if you call it that. It's already up to 7.5. Also, moments ago, Michigan and TCU. We're seeing steam on this one on a popular game here with Michigan and TCU. I'll tell you right now, this is my play. So here we go. Another one where just ruining the show. No, I won't say that, but ruining the move. This one was 157. I was set to go over on my pick here in this one, and now it is 159.5. So at least a 2.5-point move. I'm going to have to pay some tax here. I do like this one over tonight with Michigan and TCU in Fort Worth. The steam also came in on Michigan in that game. They opened as low as 6.5 at some books. A lot of books also came in a little bit later with a little bit higher open, but now they are currently a 9, 8.5 or 9. Steam came in overnight. It was actually late last night, meaning before midnight my time on Michigan. So the live move, though, is over in Michigan TCU, and also Michigan took that steam.
Steam playing.
Okay, here's another one. Hope it's okay. Loyola Marymount is taking the steam right now in their matchup with Troy. I just mentioned that because this is a pretty good game, and hopefully I'll get hopefully this steam here won't be coming in. But this is a matchup of undefeated teams tonight, a little bit under the radar here with 3-0 Troy and 4-0 LMU. The steam is coming in here right now on LMU. They opened three. They are now 4.5 at some offshore books. So move here, LMU. Both teams undefeated, and I'll have my pick a little later on the total in that game. So stay tuned there. That one already also got steam, but I'm going to reserve that one here a little bit till we get to that portion of the show. But again, undefeated teams there. Okay, thank you, Peasy. Olympiacos there and over in EuroLeague. Thank you. We still have some plays here. Man, this is fun. Action Jackson here today as well. And let's see here. Louisville coming off that big loss. Yeah, for sure. Distractions playing some totals here, it sounds like. Yeah, Purdue, they're overrated against bad teams, right? And they just kind of walk through, but then they beat a team like Alabama. All right, gang, here comes another man. Jeez. Okay, here comes another steam move. Look, I want to take UCLA here against Arizona. They're getting steamed right now, down from 3-3. They're down to 2. I'll give it out right now as my play. This will pretty much eliminate the college basketball portion of the show. Steam is coming in right now on UCLA. I was going to talk about the game because UCLA, they want to play their games. They wanted to maybe look into getting out of their lease at the Rose Bowl. Can you believe it? They want to play in SoFi, and maybe why wouldn't you? But nothing doing just yet. But just was funny because they're playing this doubleheader with USC on the back end at the Intuit Dome, the brand new Clippers arena, and they're taking the steam. My play's on UCLA tonight. I like them over Arizona here, maybe even the money line. But this one's going down to -2 already. The steam's coming in. Maybe I should start the morning steam at 3 in the morning. Then I still wouldn't get on the air for an hour, probably. Greg's got Louisville at home, you guys. We're still talking about this football game, but you're right, Greg. Can't even get in a word in edgewise here right now. Let's see here. The Wager Detective, he likes those ticket splits. He's like me. He likes the ticket splits here that's what I like too. I prefer that over the money. I know that Mike, he likes that reverse line movement. He likes when he sees public. I think he likes when he sees public tickets in one direction and heavy money in the under. But right now I'm showing here. Let me see if I can get those money splits out. Just for Wager Detective, I'm showing tickets right now are 54.46 for Clemson. All right. Trevor's here. He likes Arizona in that game with UCLA. Greg took UCLA. He already was on it. Maybe if Greg might have put that, he might have been the steam. All right. Yeah, there we go. Man, I think we've talked about, we beat that one into the ground. Let's move on to the next game. My pick obviously is in there already on the under with Clemson and Louisville. All your comments are in. Let's move on. We'll get more steam here in just a second. We had an NBA move come in just now. You heard it. I can't hide it. With Lakers and Pelicans. This one to go under, says the steam here tonight with the Lakers and the Pelicans. This one was at, 229 or so, but we're seeing a move here right now to the under. It's down to 227 with the Lakers and the Pelicans tonight in New Orleans. Minnesota and Oregon college football action here for Friday. You got, this wouldn't be a typical matchup here with these two, but it'll be a good color scheme, I guess. The number 8 seed Ducks in the college football playoff rankings, hoping to improve their chances. But look, there's no doubt that right now, Minnesota's a darn good spread team. They are 6-3 overall. Of course, Oregon is 8-1 here, but Minnesota, I'm sorry, a poor spread team. 2-6-1 ATS, 0-3 against the spread on the road so far this season, and they're getting 26 points here though from Oregon right now. I mean, gosh, is Oregon really going to shut these guys out? I mean, if you look at the side and the total here at 26 and 44, boy, that pretty obvious there. What is it going to be? 35-10, right about there. I mean, you got to finagle it a little bit. I don't know which way it'll head there. I mean, I'm going to make a pick, but if you just look at the spread, it's about 35-10 or so, 34-10 doesn't get 26 home. So, but anyway, it's right about there. So it'd be, 5 touchdowns to 1 touchdown and a field goal here, I guess, tonight. Minnesota, they come in with a good record with rest. 7-2 off that last game, but man, they have never won these type of games. When they are 17-point underdogs or more, they're 1-37 outright. Here's some steam coming in basketball. Central Florida is taking that steam right now in this game here.
Steam played.
And so is Abilene Christian. Let me run them right back. We got 2 moves coming in. This is how we handle our coverage of college basketball here. We can't preview every game. Steam is coming in on Abilene Christian. They were getting 7.5, but here comes the steam in their matchup against Mikey's favorite, Stephen Effin Austin. And right now here we're seeing the steam come in on Abilene. Why can't you be true? Abilene is now down to a 6-point favorite, about a 1.5 move here on Abilene right now. Steam coming in on ACU against SFA. Steam also came in earlier on the under in this one. It was as high as 144. We're seeing it move even lower right now. I haven't heard any more steam come in, but it already came in. And it's down to 139.5 here at some books. 4.5-point move to the under with Abilene Christian and SF Austin here today. Also, seconds earlier, it was, as we said, Central Florida taking that move there from the Sharps in the matchup with, here it is again. Okay, so Central Florida was my move here, so I'll just announce it right now. I like Central Florida. The line's moving away from me once again, and it is down here currently too. Maybe we got to start with college basketball first. Down to 10. It was as high as 12. It's down to 10. I like Central Florida here in this game against Texas A&M. The steam came in right there on Central Florida. Then, seconds ago, Wisconsin-Milwaukee taking the steam here in their matchup tonight with Texas Tech. Wisconsin-Milwaukee was a 28.5-point dog. But we're seeing the move to them right now here, and they're currently down to 27. So about a 1.5 move there. Could still move further. Wisconsin-Milwaukee taking that steam against Texas Tech and Lubbock here tonight. Boy. Okay, I think we're getting them all out there. Let's try to talk Minnesota and Oregon. Maybe we won't have to harp on this one too much. Oregon comes in here with a 5-4 spread record coming in, so they're oft overrated, but Minnesota's not a good cover at all so far this season. Both teams are 4-5 to the under so far this season, but man, it does feel like this one's a handicapper's delight, right? You're going to have to find the fine line here at 26 or so, laying it against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Hello, more steam. Okay. Sacramento State is taking the steam in their matchup here currently against UC Davis. Man, this one's going to be some scoring, it feels like. Here is Sacramento State. They were getting 5.5 against UC Davis on the road, but the steam is coming in right this second on Sacramento State. They're down here to 6. Oh, wow. Okay, so they had dummied it up a little bit. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was reading the SF Austin game right below it. See, that one already. This one's down to 4.5, so a point move here on Sacramento State. Taking the steam right now. Sac State over UC Davis taking that steam. All right, I'm trying to get it out here with Minnesota and Oregon here in this one with the big 26-point spread here, but I'm on Oregon for sure. I've got Oregon in a blowout, you guys. I can't. There's no other way around it. I've got Oregon here to win this one by at least 4 touchdowns against Minnesota tonight. I didn't even get to read my notes and preview here because we've been taking so long, I guess. So this could be Oregon here, 10-5 of favorites of 20 or more under landing so far. So that was kind of my main factor there with this one. They do pretty well, land these big numbers, and I've got them to blow out Minnesota here. Steam coming in right now on the last game on the board. It's Hawaii. They were a 13-point favorite, and now they're up to much higher than that. I believe it's up to 15 here right now. Let me scroll down. I'm even seeing 15.5 here, at least a 2.5 point, probably a 2-point move. It's already kind of moving to Hawaii, but Hawaii's taking that steam right now against Manhattan here from 13 to 15.5. Maybe your comments will come through here right now. And we've got, let's see here. I'm going to scroll back here and see what's going on with the picks. Thank you, everybody. Wager Detective went with Louisville. Thanks to those splits. You're welcome. And thank you, Wager Detective. Oh, man, that's so cool of you to come through with the dono for the channel. Thank you for your support here of the Sports Money Network, Wager Detective. It's funny that I'd seen you before out there, maybe on some of the shows here on the network too, but for some reason I'd seen you on X, and usually a name like Wager Detective, I'd already be all over that as a follow. I follow like 2,500 cappers, it seems like, but with all due respect. And then see, when he called him up on the X, I'm like, wow, I don't follow, but I'd seen some posts, I think, in the past. That's what I thought. All right, blue might be on the over here. And Greg said Greg was all over the moves there a little bit for sure. Mm-hmm. A distraction is in the Minnesota family there. All right. Greg was already over on Oregon there a little bit. Maybe the move could be on Minnesota a little bit. Maybe we might be laying a little bit too much. Greg was on the Mountaineers there. Hey, hello to DeAndre here. He's ready to go for the weekend. Hello, DeAndre. It's nice to see you in the chat here. Hope we got some winners here. And let's see. What did I do? Do I have the graphic wrong on the? Let me see here. Minnesota. Did I have the wrong line there? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. 24, yeah, for sure. Hey, forgive me. Hey, I just gave out a game where I just gave out a value of 1.5, right, DeAndre? 24.5 there. Earlier I had 26 there. All right, man. Hey, buy the half point, get it down to 24. It's funny. I mean, look, I am a guy who will buy a half. I'm not that guy. Don't buy, right? 24.5 is an awkward number. Right? I mean, 24 is kind of a popular football landing point, isn't it? Might want to get off 24.5 there. All right, cool to see you guys there in the chat. DeAndre's got it by 4 touchdowns in there, and I've got a little bit more steam here right now. And let's do it. Oregon is not that good, says A Distraction. I think they're probably pretty good comparatively with the rest of these. When you talk about just a handful of teams that maybe can get on a roll and win the national championship, I think Oregon's in that group. Towson here taking the steam in their matchup. How about Towson, anybody? Right now, Towson playing Norfolk here tonight. Towson was a 10-point favorite against Norfolk, and they're taking the steam here right this second. I wouldn't interrupt you for a bunch of old steam that was stale, but right now they're up to 11.5. You might be able to catch a little 9.5 somewhere out there at the big offshore book there, as this one's on the move with Towson in their game against Norfolk. Okay, I guess that's it for the football. We got to move on, you guys. I'm been talking up all night here these games, and we got to get going with our NBA coverage. And let's get to it. Let's not. Let's not. We got the Nets. I'm kidding here. We're going to get right to it with the Nets, of course. Take it on the Madge here. The Nets. Oh, man, this has been bad here for these 1-10 Nets right now. Going up against Orlando here. Orlando, big favorite. Even Orlando's a 2-touchdown favorite here against the Nets. The way things are going. Oh man, some more steam. That's just what I love. Here it comes. It's on Creighton here in their matchup tonight. Creighton is taking the steam here right now against Maryland Eastern Shore. Creighton was a 31-point favorite. These are the ones, right? When this team comes in on a game like Creighton against Maryland, probably pretty good, but it's probably going to go pretty high too. Let's see how high can it go. Creighton was a 31-point favorite. They are quickly up here to 33.5 right now. Already a 2.5-point move on Creighton here over Maryland Eastern Shore. All right, Nets and Magic. Here for me, that's why I try to get going here with our coverage, and we can make fun of them. Maybe we could just make fun of the Nets here a little bit again. Brooklyn comes in here 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games overall. Orlando's 5-2 right now. ATS. Let me get the right records up here though, real quick. My tweet deck has crashed over here, so I know it seems like I do this every show, but I am running the tweet deck on like a 12-year-old computer, so make sure you subscribe to my picks here. If I can't win, help Ramon buy more. I've already went through 3. The 12-year-old. It's older than that. This thing's probably 18 years old. That computer still works. You bring these computers in. I already went through 3 over the last 2 years. The Amazon, maybe I didn't spend quite enough, but the laptops were dying. All right. Here we go. Nets and Magic. Nets come in 1-10. Magic here at 6-6 here currently. Magic have won a couple in a row here right now. Like I said, they are 5-7 straight up and against the spread in their last 7 games coming in. They did win and cover in games against Portland and New York here on that 2-game winning streak. Meanwhile, Brooklyn with losses to Detroit, to the Knicks, to Toronto. Nothing wrong with that if you're the Nets. I mean, those teams are better than you. They did beat Indiana for that first win of the season. I'm going to have to go probably under in this one with Brooklyn and Orlando here. Orlando's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games at home coming in. Brooklyn's been an over team, no doubt about it. 7-4 the over so far, but Orlando is 2-4 to the under so far this season, and that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the under here in Brooklyn and Atlanta. Brooklyn and Orlando already shows a 225 there. Is it even lower than that right now? Yeah. I'm showing 223.5 at some books. So move to the under here. The steam came in on the under as well. And the steam also came in on Orlando here, but they didn't really move that much. It opened maybe 13.5, and maybe there's some 14.5s out there. There really isn't. It's about 14. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this one with the Nets and the Magic. The Nets, really bad situation here for my man Joe Tsai. This team is bad. All right. Yeah, no, there's the injury factor. Tariq likes Zverev here. Magic spread with Cash Kane. VAR likes the under as well. A distraction says Portland, Houston plus the money. Tariq says no Cam, no good, still out. Banchero, though, is out here for the Magic. And the funny thing really there is it hasn't really affected the spread. I mean, I think we knew he's been out here for about a day or so. So maybe that was it. But also Mo Wagner has been ruled out here this morning. He's out of this one. And I think that might be it in this one. Sharp is probable for the Nets. Nets team total under here for blue. Magic's playing their best ball. It's a blowout. Says Terrell. There's a Heisman Trophy favorite Fernando Mendoza in the chat. He's got the Nets team total under as well. He says he always goes under when the total is low. It's a giveaway. The Heat are going to take on the Knicks here. Action for Friday. Miami comes in here 7-5. The Knicks are 7-4. Both teams are on winning streaks until the last game when the Knicks, of course, ended up losing here to Orlando, 124-107. Remember, this is also a cup night. Kind of blew it there. Wanted to make sure we were saying what's happening in the NBA Cup. Let me at least cover that first game a little bit here with the Nets and the Magic. You guys, the Nets are 0-1, by the way. They lost to the Pistons, who are 1-0. And the Magic is 1-0 also. They defeated Boston. Okay, in this one, that was Group B. This one is in Group C with the Heat. They come in 1-0. They beat Charlotte in their first NBA Cup game. And the Knicks, meanwhile, they lost their first NBA Cup game to the Bulls. Knicks here are favored now by 6 in this one. They were as low, I think they opened like a 4.5. So definitely a move here to the Knicks. And, we've been talking Miami basketball here on this show. They've been a good cover so far, 8-3-1, but hard to ignore the Knicks' success, actually 7-1 against the spread at home, 7-4 against the spread overall. But man, they've won and covered 7 of the 8 home games. And Miami, as much as we've been, on them a little bit here, and the steam came in on the over, by the way, opened as low as 234.5 all the way up to 238.5 right now. So even a further move here to the over overnight. But the Heat, maybe not quite as steady on the road here right now, 2-4 straight up. And while they are 3-2-1 against the spread, that pales in comparison to their 5-1 spread record at home. So maybe just a little bit for the Heat anyway, that they've been a little bit better at home. So see what you have here in this one. But I'm more apt, I think, to take the Knicks here tonight, maybe to run one over on the Heat. Hey, if anything, it'll just set us up for more success, I think, on the Heat. Here, ISO sharps are kind of on the Heat by about a 3-to-1 ratio, but I'm going to take the Knicks. Maybe I'm a little square here and having to lay a little bit of a additional number here as well at 6, but I'm going to take the Knicks. Just saw one of everybody's favorite player here for Baylor, center Justin Bodo is questionable tonight. The college injuries are rolling in here. All right, I'm going to take the Knicks. Let's see what you have in the chat. Greg there was talking about that Magic game. He's got a very close to the spread there. Tariq says with no Brunson in this game, he will be taking the Heat. But the Heat have no Bam Adebayo also here as well. So I think that's obviously different players. And, yeah, Brunson averages 10 more points as well than Bam, but obviously they all have their, Bam's obviously big in the rebounding game there. So, big injuries both ways here. All right. Laker boy thinks the NBA Cup is dumb. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like anything new. VAR likes the over here. And let's see, Greg here. I think he likes this one. Oh, he likes it under big time right here. And Cash Kane says he's also going for the Heat if Brunson's out. Terrell says bounce back here for the Knicks. He prefers Heat at home right now, getting those points. And let's see here. Oh, an adjustment there, I think, for Greg. He has adjusted his numbers there and moved it higher. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Tariq, as well. And Terrell says he's got Cat to go over. Ron says no Brunson. I don't want the Knicks. Okay. As Brunson goes, so do the Knicks. But the move has obviously been on the Knicks. The bettors haven't shied away. I'll take the Knicks. I'll take the Knicks. Yeah, 76ers and Pistons here in this one with the Sixers on the road. They're getting the points here against Detroit. Seems like a pretty good matchup here. Sixers 7-4 coming in, the best spread team in the league, possibly. Detroit's 10-2. We know how great they've been so far for sure. It's been pretty cool to have the Pistons playing so well here right now, and they're 8-4 against the spread. Amazing. They're have a better straight up record than a spread record, right? That is saying something. Meanwhile, it's opposite for Philly. Yeah, they're 7-4, but they're also 9-1-1 against the spread, 6-0-1. Spread as a dog. No Embiid, no problem is what you guys have been saying in the chat. You prefer no Embiid in there with this Sixer lineup. Now, Edgecombe is questionable here, but I have a feeling he's going to make this one. Cade Cunningham, I think his status is a little bit more in question here with his hip injury currently, but maybe the line is reflecting that he could make this lineup with the Pistons favored by 5.5. They've been playing great, obviously, here right now. Philadelphia is 4-1 to the over on the road. Detroit's 5-2 to the over at home. The widely reported steam, however, did come in on the under in this game. It's down from 232 down to 230, 230 and a half, 230 and a half, because I do see some 231s out there as well. So what do you think, though, in this one with Detroit here? Detroit has other injuries, too. Isaiah Stewart questionable, Jalen Duren questionable, Asher Thompson is out, Tobias Harris is out, Sasser is still out. A cluster of injuries there for Detroit. I've got the under in this one for sure here at 230 and a half. I'm not going to be swayed there. I'll chase that steam on the under in this one with the Sixers and Detroit. And let's see if we get your comments here on this one. Anybody with me? See you guys with some unique sports. I'm watching anytime you get Pakistan and Sri Lanka in there, you don't want any wars, but you'd love to see a great cricket match. Okay. I love the cricket countries. They could be in a war and they'll still play their cricket match. Okay. Maybe Pakistan and India will play. The loser has to disarm. Okay, here we go. I'm looking for your picks, and here they come. It's Philly for Bobby Mack. Sixers money line for Cash Kane. And Brody Cash. Look at Gooey. We've only been here an hour, and Gooey's already cashing those tennis plays. Get here early. Over for Terrell. He says with no Embiid, that does pick it up. Embiid does slow things down there when he walks up the court. And don't forget, teams just played. Don't forget, it was 111 to 108, or was it 118 to Detroit just beat them. Same result. Okay, I think it was 111 to 108. I might be mistaken on that one, Greg. But Detroit got the win, but Philly got the money back on about 5 days ago, right? Under for Barr, Sixers for Ron, A distractions got Detroit on the money line. And Tariq says, that I've been leaning under and it did go down. That might be enough for him. Trailblazers and Rockets in this one. Another decent matchup here. You got Portland 6-5 and Houston here 7-3. They're starting to get it going here right now. A couple more wins in a row. They've been in a good groove here. They covered them both against Milwaukee and Washington here of late. Portland, meanwhile, did beat New Orleans, but they didn't cover. In fact, they failed to cover the spread in 3 games in a row, and they're only 2-4 against the spread on the road. However, they are 5-1 against the spread as an underdog. Houston not only 7-3 straight up, but 7-3 against the spread, 6-3 against the spread as a favorite. And here they are, favored by 8 in this one. Let me see here. Yep, mostly 8s. There is a little bit of 7.5 action out there as well. For the Blazers here, Tybalt still out with that thumb injury. DFS, he's out still. Will we see DFS here ever for Houston? And does it really matter? But got an 8-point spread here in this one for the Rockets at home. Houston has covered 6 of their last 8 games. Portland just 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games against the Rockets. They've gone 1-5 straight up and against the spread here against them. Teams have not met yet here this season, but when they met last in Houston last year around this exact time, it was 104-98. Portland got the road win as a 12-point dog, but man, Houston's starting to hit their stride a little bit. I'm not going to sleep on that Portland 5-1 spread record as an underdog, but most of that was been as a home dog. Like I said, 2-4 ATS as a road favorite. On the road period here. And the Rockets just 2-2 ATS at home. Think about they've played so far. See what you guys have in the chat before I make my pick on this one. All right. Jermaine was on during over there, but I have him right. Didn't we have him questionable in that game or out? Okay. Greg says Detroit 118-113, and that one Tariq's on Houston. Their first half, and Barr likes Houston here, and I like Houston. And Greg here has this one right on the number. So I like Houston here. I'm going to go ahead and lay the points here with the Rockets. And Terrell says he's got Amen Thompson on his points prop over. Kings and Timberwolves here in this one. The Wolves are big favorite here, 11.5. They're 7-4 on the season. The Kings right now in a bad way. They have dropped 4 straight. All of a sudden, Minnesota's won 3 in a row coming in here right now. Current line, though, is up to 12. Pretty much everywhere. There's some 11.5s out there. We can leave it right now with this one, but got Minnesota here on a little bit of a roll for sure with their cover streak here, or winning streak here. They didn't cover last out against Utah in the 120-113 win, but they only missed that one by half a point. Still, Minnesota's just 4-7 against the spread and 1-3 against the spread at home. So they haven't been a great cover. But Sacramento's 4-8 against the spread so far, 3-6 against the spread as an underdog. However, 3-2 against the spread on the road. For the Kings here, 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 overall. Minnesota, like I said, not a good spread team yet so far, but they have won 5 of their last 6 games coming in. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over. I want to go to the chat in this one again and see what you guys have here with Sacramento taking on Minnesota in this one. I'm probably going to take the points, actually, with the Kings having covered 3 of their 5 road games, and Minnesota just 1-3 ATS at home and not showing a penchant for covering here right now. I know no one wants Sacramento. Maybe someone will take him. Zach LaVine upgraded to probable. Sabonis, he might make this lineup, actually. He's questionable. Monk is questionable. Here, not really many injuries for Minnesota. They look like they're healthy. Oh, Terrence Shannon Jr. is out of this game. I'm taking the Kings in this one, gang. I don't know if anybody will be with me on this one. I might be alone here. Tariq says first quarter, first half, full game. He's got the Wolves. Kings are bums. I get it. Chosen one, Sixers first half. Chosen one on the Spurs. And let's see here. I think a distraction cannot pass on this home team, minus 11.5 and over. Greg's got it right on the number here pretty much. Wolves to roll. Hello, good morning to Wine Time. Happy Football Friday. Wine Time. I've got 8 games tonight that I'm following on my high school teams tonight. Wine Time. 8 games I got to follow tonight. I think I'll get 5 winners out of my 8 teams Wine Time tonight. That'll be pretty good. I mean, the home team should win, of course, in the high school football. And I got 2 of my teams playing each other. My alma mater going up against a team, but they have to go on the road. They beat the neighborhood rival at home in maybe an upset. My team's been down this year, and they're playing a team that's been on a resurgence. Both the HS rating site has my team winning, but I don't know if they will. All right, Levine here. And Ant-Man on his 3s. Action Jackson, I don't really like it either. I don't really like what I see from the Kings either, but I am a sports bettor, and they're not going to going to cover some games out there, and I figure this is as good as chance. Like I said, they're covering a few numbers, and Minnesota's not, especially in the roll. So Greg here, I think he's got it right on the number there as well.
Steam play.
I always have my predictions Wine Time for my game. I write my predictions down with my ratings. Just a little bit like there's my team right there. The computers kind of have them. I'm a Helix grad, and the computers rate Helix to win, but I like Steel Canyon at home with the 7-3. Helix actually got a forfeit there. Their record 5-6 right there. They're actually 4-7. They got a forfeit win. And I do all my games like this, and so I can follow along here. There's one of my teams to get blown out. There's one of my teams with the computers. The computer in this one's back and likes one team likes one computer likes. I'm Santana. The other team is Morse. That's where my mom graduated from, up in heaven. So my little cheat sheet there for my high school games. That's just between me and Wine Time. No one else pay attention to that. All right, the Kings look like a team to take a couple here because they've been blown out. Maybe they can cover. Here's DeRozan on a prop. And let's see here. Remember, Greg said it's Friday, so get those favorites going. And yes, we did. Dylan, you stole the show, Dylon, yesterday. I just sat back and listened to you. But, man, I want one of those cups that light up every time a hockey goal goes off. I want that. You better send one to me because I don't know how to get it. Send me the link. Okay, I'm on the Kings there, you guys. I'm on the Kings. Hey, what are you guys doing, man? You gonna lay double? Yeah, the Wolves, or maybe I'll blow them out. All right, Lakers and Pels here. We heard that steam come in on the over here a short time ago, right? I mean the under with the Lakers coming in 8-4 on the road. Oh, did you hear a steam play just a moment ago, you guys? It's in college football, actually. So, I'll still cover it here, though. It's not on tonight's game. It's South Carolina in their game against Texas A&M, taking some steam here right now. South Carolina was a 19.5-point dog, but they're down to 18 here at a few books. South Carolina just took that steam. It's been a bad year for South Carolina. A&M's undefeated. We know that. But the steam, look, you can say, what are they doing? What's going on? But the line has moved in the favor of South Carolina. Now, take it or leave it with that. If anything, if you like A&M, you're getting a discount. But no doubt, they just came in on South Carolina there a little bit. Okay, anyway, Lakers coming in here off of a loss. They've lost 2 of their last 3 coming into this one, and they're still 8-4 against the spread as well. They're 3-1 against the spread as a favorite. 12 games, and Lakers have only been favored 4 times, and they're 8-4. That's underrated. Lakers underrated, right? For the Pelicans here, they're 2-9, 1-3 straight up at home, 1-9 as an underdog. But they've covered. They're no doubt covering some spreads. They are 5-1 overall against the spread. So sometimes they're getting enough points, and they're getting double digits here against the Lakers.
Final.
I don't know if that's going to help them out though in this with the matchup. Oh man, we got 10 minutes until that game. We're going to cover Coppin and Central here in just a second. We're going to interrupt here, make sure we get a playoff in the game, the basketball game coming up there. And thanks to Robert for finding the feed there yesterday, and I'm sure it's going to be already on the same channel we saw there today. So, all right, let me know what you got though here in this one with the Lakers. You guys on the road here, laying 10 points or more against New Orleans. Yes, New Orleans has been awful. We know that. And, doesn't look like they're going to be improving here anytime soon. Zion out, of course, here. And LeBron, the news came out. He is cleared for his, you got to kind of proclaim these different things so you can have players eligible to. LeBron has started his workouts with the South Bay Lakers of the G League. He will not be playing in a G League game, but he is working out with the team now to get his season started here a little bit. So that timeline of Thanksgiving is starting to slip away a little bit, but I guess if he gets started right now, maybe there's a chance he could start his season before Thanksgiving. It's starting to feel like it may be a little bit after here right now. We'll see. But just a little news there on LeBron starting his his public workout, if it were his a team workouts where he's trying to find a little 5-on-5. Then they held him back a little bit. So moving closer here to LeBron starting his campaign. Lakers and Pels, though, here. Talk about some of the numbers here. 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Pelicans have lost 4 of their last 5 at home against the Lakers. Lakers have actually covered 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams. Lakers have gone over in 9 of their 12 games so far this season. Pelicans are a bit of 6-4 to the over as a dog here. Maybe that piques your interest a little bit. But like I said, this spread has kind of gone down here, the total from 229.5 down to 227 here in this matchup between the Lakers and New Orleans. I think the move is right. I'm going to take the under here in this one. The Sharps have obviously all over the under here, and I'm going to side with the Sharps here in this one. I feel like the Sharps. I'm supposed to know who the Sharps are on. It says it right on my social media site. But here we go. Let's see. Oh, Dylan, are they actually? Yeah, they're hard to find, right? Okay, maybe they're hard to find. You know what? If they are hard to find, maybe we need. Is it patented? Maybe we need to start our own company of mugs that have the siren go off. Here is Greg. He likes it right on the spread here tonight. He said the Lakers are overrated, and I said no. Lakers are overrated, and I said no. Right, I think the Lakers are. Well, right now, I mean, they're 8-4 straight up, 8-4 against the spread, right? So I guess they're right neutral right now. And it's funny, they're 8-4 8-4 straight up, 8-4 against the spread. They're 7-3 against the spread in their last 10. They're 7-3 ATS in their last 10. They are 5-2 straight up on the road. They're 5-2 against the spread on the road, and they're 3-1 straight up as a favorite, and they're 3-1 against they're 3-1 straight up as a favorite, and 3-1 against the spread as a favorite. They're like not overrated. They're like right on. They're like right on what they're supposed to be, amazingly enough. Okay. But again, I think when a team there, just to make it clear, Greg, if a team is 10-0 straight up and 0-10 against the spread, they're overrated, right? Because they won all the games, but they can't cover the spread. What the public thinks is going to happen. Do I have it right? Maybe that's a bad example. Okay. Ron, give me New Orleans here. The Lakers are frauds. I don't know about that, Ron. I think they're about to get LeBron James back. And all right, Lakers over here. Team total for Terrell. And they did have a bad game. They will. That's one thing about them. They will probably be up and down for sure. All right, Coppin over team total. Oh man, I said we were going to go that game, and I just blew it. Right, I went right to the. Okay, after the Thunder blowout, the Lakers should cover. Yeah, they got blown out by 30 points in that one. It is the fourth straight road game here for the Lakers. Hey, I want to say hello to Rafael Balanis in the chat. Thank you, Rafael. Nice to have you as a chat all-star here today. NYC Bar likes the Pelicans. And Terrell says if they put LeBron in that little gym, right? Remember when he used to go watch LeBron play and the gym would be packed just because he'd be watching? Look at this. Lakers 9 straight covers against the Southwest Division. He loves playing the Lakers love playing that division. Murphy here. And Erwin Simmons. I'd like to say hello to Erwin Simmons in the chat today, joining us. And Greg says the Lakers are good, but not great. Yeah, that's for sure. Who is good, right? Who is good in the NBA so far? So, all right. Yeah, I got some love in there for Marcel Reed. Hasn't he been terrific? And I think he's also done a great job of ignoring the noise. I really admire him for that. All right, let's see here. I think that's it. We got to move on. Let's get to that game here real quick. We'll come back to the but we got the game coming up here right now, top of the hour here in 4 minutes between Coppin State and Central Michigan in this one. And let's see what you guys want to do here with this game. I'll just cover maybe the stats here briefly with these two real quick just to get it going and get it out of the way here right now with Coppin State against Central Michigan. College basketball action here. Coppin State is 0-4 right now. They're a 10-point dog in this one. Total here 143 right now. Coppin has lost 10 straight games to MAC teams coming into this one. And for Central Michigan coming in, like we said, so far 1-2 record here. They did win their opener, but then lost their next 2 games. They beat Appy State by 16, covering 1 point, but they lost and failed to Bradley, losing by 31 as a 9.5-point dog. They did cover against South Alabama, 2-point loss, 66-64. But we're a 5-point dog. Coppin, meanwhile, just lost by 50 to South Florida yesterday or 2 days ago. Here as a 34.5-point dog, they covered against Madison 84-70 as an 18.5-point dog, and LaSalle lost to LaSalle there by 18, and then lost to Maryland by 22, got the money in that one. So they're actually 2-2 ATS. Central Michigan's 1-0 ATS at home, 1-0 ATS as a favorite, but Coppin's 2-1 ATS as a dog. Coppin's 3-1 to the over so far this season, and Central Michigan is 1-2 to the under, but 1-2 to the over at home here. I like the under in this one, actually, between Coppin and Central. Let's see if you guys have a play. We're just moments away from tip-off here in St. Petersburg, Florida at the, I think, is it the St. Petersburg Classic? That's what Justin told me there. I think it might be. And like I said, they played in front of a pretty small crowd there yesterday, but it was the first time they've had tournament basketball in St. Petersburg. I think they said in 26 years, since 1999. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Hello to Razor. Hope you're having a great vacation right now. Nice to see you there in the chat. Hopefully all's doing great. Here we go with Terrell. He says Central Michigan is going to mop the floor with Coppin. You're right. You're right. They are. I'm taking them. Lay the points here with Central Michigan over Coppin State and the under. I'm going to go with 2 plays here on the show with you guys. I've got Central Michigan to rock Coppin here. And thank you to Raphael as well. And Bobby Mack there on the under. And look at this Coppin. Oh, yeah, but look who they were playing there, Terrell. South Florida, James Madison, LaSalle, and Maryland. Central Michigan's probably the worst of those, but Greg has it right on the number. And I think Greg likes it over here there a little bit, right? Although the total has bounced back up here. In fact, Central Michigan just went to an 11 and a half. There's some action coming in here late on Central Michigan again. I don't think it's getting steamy, but it might steam here before the show starts. All right, man, all I see are me and Mike here on YouTube. Hope the game's on. I know it will be. I'll just have to wait for it. Oh, gosh. Hope we don't miss the first 5 minutes like we did last time. I just don't have the channel typed in here, I think. Okay, and let's see what else in the chat here. And the Dumbo ride, Razors in the Dumbo ride. I thought he was calling me a Dumbo. Don't make me laugh right now. Okay, chosen one, first half over. Tariq going under with me, though, here. And let's see. I think that might be it from you guys right now. And the Razor's going to go to Aladdin next. And Gooey, the channel here, I might need some help here actually on this. I can't remember it from yesterday. I need to go to my history. That's what I need to do. If you guys can remember where it is on YouTube. Yeah, right, Tariq. It did go to 11 and a half there and 142 and a half. So I like it, Central Michigan, to rock them here and to really hold them down right now. Oh, man, I wish I could. Maybe when it starts here. Oh, it is started already. Oh, my gosh. There it is. The Lock RM is the name of the channel. The Lock RM, all one word. The Lock RM. It's kind of like the locker room. There it is. You can see it there in the background. They have not quite started yet. But, see it over my shoulder there a little bit. Oops, no, that's not it. Well, they've got the wrong logo up there. That's all. It does say Central Michigan, but they've got South Alabama listed right now. Wouldn't that be amazing? That'd be unprecedented. I'm having trouble looking at the jerseys here. I'm sure it's not South Alabama, but I think they just have the graphic wrong here right now on the telecast. It does say Central Michigan. I'm not watching that was yesterday's. That's why. That was yesterday. Okay, I'm watching yesterday's game. Oh, my God. You guys, how are we doing this here? All right, I'm just going to have to type in the channel again. I thought I was subscribed to this channel. Oh, man. Ruining our show here. There it is. All right, Jesus.
Final.
Okay, there we go. Coppin State, Central Michigan, ready to go. We're ready for the tip at the Lock RM. I'll even type it in here. I think that's it right there. Okay. Action Jackson in a parlay. And their chat. I'm on the screen here,
Final.
Terrell, so I don't get the chat. But boy, those live streams, they should tell you from watching high school games on YouTube sometimes when they don't. High school football fans are the worst, you guys. I mean, the least knowledgeable fans of anybody for sure. And, people yelling at referees making $150 out there. It's just a disgrace half the time. You think your team, these guys can't make a good call. You shouldn't expect them to. But, man, those fans are so naive. Let me tell you. My I get no hardly any DMs or anybody even the cussing me out or something for bad picks. I hardly get any traffic. High school football, I have a dozen emails the next day, and all I do is praise these kids, and they'll be like, "You said this about," and I talk great about every. I never say when I do my high school coverage. I never say when a player makes a. I'll say a team fumbled, right? Uh, uh, Smith High fumbled the ball. I don't say like Jerry Jones fumbled. I'm saying Jerry, my buddy in the chat. Jimmy Bob fumbled. I don't say that. I don't say, Terrell threw an interception. I just say, so and so High threw an interception because I don't do that. I just don't call out the kids for negative plays. Sometimes if something happens, you got to do it, but I try to avoid that actually. Let me keep going. Let me back to the NBA here right now. We got our pick in Central Michigan and the under in that one. We got a few more in the NBA here right now to cover with the Hornets taking on the Bucks here in this one. Now there's another 10-point spread for us to try to dissect. Got the Bucks here favored by 10 and the total here at 239. Is that right? I'm showing it down to 9.5 here, actually, pretty much everywhere in this one with the Hornets and the Bucks. Fresh 9.5s out there a little bit too. Got the Hornets coming in here 4-7. Milwaukee 7-4. I forgot to do the damn NBA Cup on all these games. Oh man, so much going on. Okay, Pistons and Sixers. The Sixers are 0-1 in the NBA Cup. They lost to Boston, Detroit. They're 1-0 in the NBA Cup. They beat Brooklyn. Portland and Houston out west in Group C. Portland 1-0 in the NBA Cup. They beat Denver, right? They beat Denver. Houston, meanwhile, in the NBA Cup is 0-1. They lost to San Antonio. Kings and Timberwolves in Group A. The Kings lost to Oklahoma City. They're 0-1 in the NBA Cup. Minnesota 1-0 in the NBA Cup. They beat Utah. Lakers and Pelicans. Lakers 1-0 in the NBA Cup. They beat Memphis. Pelicans 0-1 in the NBA Cup. They lost to the Clippers. And remember, in these NBA Cup games, sometimes they do play a little bit of a point differential because the if two or more teams in the group have equal records after group play, it's head-to-head in the group stage, then point differential in the group stage, excluding overtime, and then total points scored in the group stage, excluding overtime. Those are the three tiebreakers, really, that they have to go. They have a few more, but you usually can figure it out by then. All right. Hornets and Bucks here, by the way, in the NBA Cup. You have the Hornets here. They are 0-1 in the NBA Cup. They lost to Miami. The Bucks won their game over the Bulls in the NBA Cup. The Bucks are favored here by 10. They've been alternating wins and losses here of late. Charlotte comes in off of a win over Milwaukee, 111-100 just a couple of nights ago. Charlotte won the game on the road as a 2.5-point dog. Now Milwaukee's back at home against them here. What will that mean in this one? Will they just return the favor and blow out the Hornets here right now? Hornets haven't been a great cover at all. They're 5-6 ATS. Milwaukee's actually 4-2 ATS at home, but 2-4 ATS as a favorite coming in.
Final.
The Hornets here are 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 overall, but Milwaukee's just 1-6 against the spread in their last 7. 11 of the last 14 meetings between these two teams have gone under. They're semi-frequent opponents, of course, here as Eastern Conference teams, but Milwaukee's gone over in 6 of their 7 games this year, and Charlotte's gone over in 3 of their 5 road games so far this season. What do you guys think here in this one with Charlotte and Milwaukee? Milwaukee is 7-5 to the over overall, but at home have been much stronger. Charlotte's just 5-6 to the under, 4-6 to the under as a dog, but like I said, 3-2 to the over. I'm going over in this one with Charlotte and Milwaukee here tonight. I'm going to take the over in this one at 239. 239.
Final.
All right, here we go. Let's see what you got in the chat. Hope I'm doing okay, you guys. I'm making these shows so long here. Greg says Bucks get quick revenge. And a distraction here's got some props on Shepard and Levine, it looks like. Tariq, Bucks first half over. Hornets live to cover the bigger spreads. That's why they live on this earth. And Robert likes the over here with me. And Greg said he took the Bucks last night at a good price. Yeah. We'll see. You got to blow. You're looking for blowouts in the NBA Cup. Hey, timeout. Coppin State leads 9-6. Uh-oh, Coppin. Well, Clippers and Mavericks here in this one. And you know what? Talking about the firing of Nico Harrison there a little bit. Boy, they're actually quick to defend a little bit. Some of the folks there in Dallas saying, hey, you know what? The owners had to sign off on it, but the owners are also firing their general manager. So maybe the owners, they're not quite knowing what they're doing. The family from Vegas, of course, a famous family from Vegas, owner of the Dallas Mavericks now. Clippers, though, come in on a massive losing streak right now, and probably one of the worst teams in the league, or at least the worst chemistry in the league, which kind of makes you the worst team, especially when you have so much talent out there, and they've really been dreadful here. They've lost 6 straight. They've failed to cover 5 straight on the road. They've failed to cover 9 straight in a row here. 1-10 ATS overall, 1-7 ATS is a favorite, and 0-3 ATS on the road. Interestingly enough, right, 8 home games and they're doing nothing so far this season. Mavericks here, meanwhile, at least they're 4-3 ATS as an underdog, just 3-9 straight up, 2-6 straight up at home. Not great either, but they have covered here a few dog rolls here. Maybe this will be the time to take them again here in this matchup. Let's see here. 13 of the last 18 meetings between the two teams have gone under. 12 of the last 17 meetings here between the two teams in Dallas have gone under here as well. Dallas has been a bit of an under so far this season. They've gone under in 8 of their 12 games. The Clippers have gone under in 2 of their 4. Let's see. I think they're 1-2-1 on the road ATS, I want to say right now. But go ahead and chime in with what you have here in this one. The Clippers on the road against the Mavericks here in this one.
Steam play.
And we do have a steam play coming in right now. It's in college football, Wisconsin and Indiana. Total going under here right now. The steam coming in a football game. They're noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. 44.5 is turned into 43 at Circa. So we're giving you the Circa move. Everyone usually follows after that. If you like the under in that matchup with Wisconsin, Indiana, now is the time. There goes some books here in Vegas moving off those 44s right now. So to move to the under there on that steam right there. All right, Clippers and Mavericks. You know what? This one's going to be another one of those. It's going to be like 108 to 103, something like that. This will be an under for sure. Clippers and Mavericks. I'm taking the under in this one. All right, let's see here with distraction. Coppin's up 2-0. Start the game. Greg does like this one pretty much right on the number there. Oh, no, he's got Dallas to win. So he's got the actually, that's a strong play for him there on Dallas, right? And Robert's on the Mavericks here at home against those sad Clippers. So is 9 Legacy. Tariq says Mavs and the under. And don't forget the injuries, maybe of note in this game. I don't know if it's a big factor with these two the goofball teams right now, but Davis questionable, Washington questionable, Lively questionable for the Clippers. Kawhi out. And we did mention I feel kind of bad now making fun of Bradley Beal. Looks like his career could be over at this point. He's out for the season with a hip injury. And, he was just looking so pedestrian out there. I'm sure it was bothering him quite a bit. Hopefully Bradley can fight back here and maybe make it back to the NBA next year. But I do feel like it could be over for Beal right now. I hate to say that. But really hate to say that, but I'm not sure at this point if Beal, rehab, go for it, Bradley, and hopefully you make it back. But it does feel pretty weak there for Beal for his future, in my opinion. All right, and by the way, Clippers and Mavericks game here in the WNBA Cup. Like I said, I did take the under, but Clippers are 1-0 in the NBA Cup. They beat New Orleans. Dallas is 0-1. As they lost to Memphis. In our final game in the NBA Cup, Clippers can't even beat, they can't even beat the G League Clippers. Warriors and Spurs, we just saw these teams meet, but now it's the NBA Cup, and this is the Amazon Prime game here, I think, of the night. And you have the Spurs here favoring this one by 3, 2, and the total here about 235 or so. So a little bit of a move on the Warriors here in this one. And yeah, maybe the Warriors maybe do have a little bit of an advantage long-term over the Spurs. They seem to handle them pretty well. They've won 9 of the last 12 meetings between the teams overall, but Spurs have covered 6 of the last 9, but they're favored here in this one, so that may change things up a bit. Spurs haven't been a great cover so far, despite a 5-1 home record. They're just 3-2-1 against the spread. Golden State's 2-6 against the spread on the road, 2-6 straight up as well. So Spurs have been good at home. They should be able to handle this one. Thought the steam came in on the Spurs, but the buyback is kind of says the Warriors here a little bit. Central Michigan's kind of extended their lead here to 13-6. Am I behind on the stream, or is it just a delayed stream? Kuminga questionable for Golden State. That's pretty much it in the major injuries, though, it feels like, for this one. So let's see what you have here with the Warriors and the Spurs here tonight. 9 of the last 10 meetings between these two. Golden State 7-1 to the over on the road so far. San Antonio's gone over in 6 straight games. Man, these guys are going over big time here right now. Golden State's gone over in 4 of their last 5. They're a combined 16-8 to the over so far this season. I don't know if I'm seeing it the way the odds makers are here. I kind of wanted to go under in this one. Let's see what you have in the chat. Look, I know these teams are going over, and yeah, they just went for 245 here in the last game. So, all right. Portland here is, San Antonio's 1-0 in the NBA Cup so far. They beat the Rockets. The Spurs, the Spurs are 1-0 in the NBA Cup. They beat the Rockets. The Warriors lost to Denver. Did I already say that? Okay. A little bit of breaking news here. Man, this is tough because I think they're making a mistake, especially when you just traded some guys. The Jets have waived A.D. Mitchell. Maybe there's more to the story. Let's see what happens. Look, those were bad. The one catch, I know it's you guys. Some of you guys are in the chat with me right now. I think maybe it was, I don't know who it was. But the first catch was extremely tough. You make the over the head. The hand is there. That was tough. I'll give you every day. I'll say great route. You almost had it. Went off his hands. I know there was some of you guys saying in the chat, you have to catch that. They even were saying on the broadcast, you go catch that ball. I know you're a professional receiver, but you're also a young professional receiver. You can learn to make that catch. Now, the second one where he was like, and the ball goes, He was almost making it a hole for the ball. So the Jets have waived A.D. Mitchell. If I'm the Colts, I go back and pick him up. I would probably work with A.D. Mitchell a little bit. He already showed a lot of promise, I thought. I did have his prop under in the game, by the way, at 14.5 yards. He finished with 10. But just I think the Jets made, you just traded two very good defensive players, right? To get and I know Mitchell wasn't the main guy in the deal, that he was kind of maybe a throw in a little bit. Seems like a questionable move. More Jets buffoonery, probably. I'm not giving up on A.D. Mitchell. All right, that's it for that one. I'm taking the under in this one. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe another exciting over game, but I'm going to take the under in this one. Okay, let's see if you guys have a play here in this one with the Warriors and the Spurs. Okay, Bradley Beal should retire, says 9 Legacy. Flag should get his props here, I think. Who was the fantasy star last night in the game? I do have that, actually. Travion by far. Depending on your site, 32.3 points, Diggs 22.5, Fields 20 and a third. I use fantasy stats even though I'm in Las Vegas and I can't even play DraftKings anymore. Really bummed. I almost want to go back to California just so I could play fantasy football. Beal should retire. Here is a 1-point game for the Spurs there in that one. So that maybe is Warriors. That looks like Warriors there. Tariq's on the Spurs. Wemby buzzer beater. Roberts on the Warriors here. Kelly says they just played, right? 125 to 120. Warriors got the win. Warriors got the cover. They were a 3.5-point dog on the road, like I said, because maybe they have their Spurs number a little bit, as Mr. Westers would like to say. Curry is the Spurs daddy. All right, Tariq will take the Spurs if they're down. And Warriors here, team total over. A distraction. Listen to my buddy Tony over there. And a quick revenge here for the Spurs. Spurs on the spread. And then says, yeah, go get him. Yeah. Is that, you know what, was that, you know what, I actually got to look. I might have been trolled here, actually. I might have been trolled. I might have had a troll account here. Now that I think about it. Okay, I think I got trolled by. I hate when they throw it when the thing notifies you of and it's a troll account. I missed it. I apologize, tremendous. I'm no apologize. Like I said, I do like A.D. Mitchell. He's obviously still on the Jets. I got trolled by some dumb account here that, they shouldn't allow you to put fake news on the notification. And I'm not even following this account. X, fuck you. That's to you, Elon. All right. That did seem preposterous. No wonder I was so stunned by that. Gosh darn it. Okay. And there you go. I think it says, I play the under because I like playing the under, and I'm bound to get 50% right. Maybe 9 Legacy, maybe. What did I do today? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about 50-50. I'm mad now. Hate when that happens. Okay. But I bought into it, right, because of the scenario. Okay, that's it for NBA. Thanks, everybody. Let me squeeze in the hockey here real quick. 4 games tonight. Man, I'm mad now. But at least I talked up A.D. Mitchell and made him. I know. Hey, this is the show that all the bookmakers watch around the country. This is the show, the Morning Steam. This is the one they choose to watch. Okay, here we go. Hockey tonight. We got the Penguins taking on the Predators. Let's fire up the goalie computer, make sure we get it right, make sure there's any changes here right now in this one between the Predators and the Penguins in Nashville. Boy, Nashville. 5-9-4 right now. Pittsburgh 9-5-3. Nashville's on this losing streak. Silovs is confirmed in goal here, 4-2-3, 2.49 goals against, 91.5% save percentage for Dusaros. 5-6-3, 3.1 goals against coming in, and an 89% save percentage in this one. Penguins on the road right now. They've won 6 of their last 7 against Nashville. Overall, Pittsburgh's gone 1-4 though in their last 5 games, 2-4 straight up, last 6 on the road. Nashville's lost 5 straight. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Nashville 1-5 in their last 6 games at home. They've got a poor record. Pittsburgh has a decent record. We're looking at a game that, well, I don't know, it's practically a near pick 'em. In fact, if anything, Pittsburgh's starting to pick up the pace here with $1.25. I have 6.5 under there, but you could get 6 over 20 just as easily, it feels like right now. And let's see what you guys might do in this one with Pittsburgh and Nashville. Thank you. Thank you, Siri. Okay, thank you. Here in this one, let's see what you got in the matchup between Pittsburgh and Nashville. Pittsburgh's 3-7 to the under in their last 10 games coming into this one. You know, Pittsburgh on the road right now, 5-3-2. Meanwhile, Nashville at home, 4-5-2 overall coming in. But that 5-game losing streak of Nashville, I believe they are worst in the league, right, at minus 7 3/4 units so far this season. Oh no, Calgary. Calgary's down 8 2/3 units. So Nashville and Calgary are the 2 teams that have cost you the most money this season. If you're betting those teams here, just make no mistake. Pittsburgh 2-1 to the over as an underdog. But for me in this one, especially after here in this one, I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under, and I'll take it at 6.5 under 20 if you don't mind. If you want to grade me at 6 over 20, that's fine too. But I'm going to go under with Nashville and Pittsburgh here. All right. And Kelly, oh, great point. Thank you, Kelly. Should make it note, this is a neutral site game. Thank you, Kelly. Oh, man, you really saved the day there. This one being played at the Avicii Arena in Stockholm, Sweden. So it is not necessarily a road favorite here. Thank you, Kelly, for picking me up there on that one. This one goes off at 2:07 Eastern, 11:07 Pacific from Sweden. Kelly says, you know, they basically playing 2 games in one day over there, which it currently is true, right? In the 24 hours, right? The next one is no. I think there's a day off in between. Is that what you're saying? Okay, you see, I wasn't even ready. So, okay, anyways, Pittsburgh here and Nashville is in Sweden. So we got another early game at least to watch after the basketball game. That's cool. Central Michigan currently leads by 12, by the way, here in the game. Man. Penguins team total over for Dylan and Moneyline. And Juice Saros sucks, but they do love him in that, or the owners love him. I know that. I know the owners love him. So Nashville Moneyline here. Robert's on the Penguins. And right, Laker boy, I mean, how can I'm really good at I think I'm good at noticing, you know, like even AI. I think I'm good at noticing what's a fake situation. And you know what? I bought it, and I gotta own it. Tariq leaning to the Penguins, and Dylan on the under. Greg says 4-3 Pens here, and let's see. Okay, I think that's it for that one. Thank you. And yeah, it'll be cool to watch a game there from Sweden today, huh? I know one piece of news I saw, I didn't mention with that Curry game, but I don't know if you guys caught that, but Curry broke up with Under Armour last night. He's moving on to another, or I don't know what his next move is, but that breaks up. He was with Under Armour for probably over a decade. Canucks and Hurricanes here. This one's in Carolina. And Carolina, big favorite here, 265. Total 6.5 under, maybe minus 115 here in this one between the Canucks and the Canes. In this one, take a look. I'm showing Lankinen and Kashetkov here possibly in the goal. And Kashetkov is likely. He was in the starter's crease this morning, just his third start for the Russian. 2-0 with a 1.46 goals against, 93.5% save percentage, and he has a shutout. For Lankinen here, 3-5-1, 3.56 goals against. So it does feel a little bit lopsided here for sure. But look, we were talking about last night, all the comebacks, time and again, Dylon, right? I mean, so many games were 3-1 there for a while. Then it was 3-2. Some of them got to 3-3. We've seen these underdogs just continue to compete here and continue to lay into these big numbers a little bit, maybe even covering these puck lines now and then. Vancouver's 7-5 as a puck line dog. Carolina's 6-7 as a puck line favorite. Anybody who follows puck line spreads know that if you're anywhere close to 500, you're actually pretty good. Puck line favorites are really a disaster, but it's because you got to lay such a big line quite often, or you're taking such a big. If you're 6-5 as a puck line favorite, you're making money. So for Nashville, maybe that has been okay for sure, but we'll see what you think here in this one. I mean, Carolina's 10-3 as a favorite; they're 11-5 overall. Vancouver is 5-4 straight up on the road, despite just a 8-9 record overall. They've actually done a pretty good job in some of those games. So in this one, though, I'm probably just going to take this puck line here again and try Vancouver to hang in there by a goal and a half. They're minus $1.15 or so. Give me Vancouver on the puck line tonight against Carolina. Vancouver actually was beating Carolina there for a year or two every game, but Hurricanes won here last year 2-0, and also won at Vancouver 4-3. I'm going to take the puck line here with Vancouver tonight at minus $1.15. Don't have a lot of, maybe not a lot of information to back it for sure. Carolina's won 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two. Carolina's gone over in 7 of their last 8 games at home, and Vancouver's gone over in 7 straight. That alone could be enough to put you on the over, even if it is 6.5. Vancouver's 9-3 to the over as an underdog, and 13-5 to the over so far this season. Carolina here. Let's see. Anything else in the chat? I'm going to keep moving on here. And okay, Greg here does like it as a blowout. And Kelly, right? Every game last night, only that 2-0 Calgary game, every other game went over last night, gang. We talked about it. 75 goals there last night. And Dylon, right? The goal siren on his cup. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Dylon last night we were on the show, and he has a beer cup that has a red, like the siren on the, in the goal when it scores. Too bad it doesn't make a siren or something. And every time he said it for every team, you can set it for just your team, but Dylon says it for every team. I like that idea better. All right, a couple more in the NHL, then we're going to go down to college. We'll do it quickly because we've been here again for 2.5 hours, and Mike wants me off the air as soon as possible. He doesn't, but Flyers and Blues here, and I'm showing Vladar and Bennington in the nets, and unconfirmed at this point, but Vladar 6-3-1, 2.15 goals against, 92% save percentage. Philly comes in here 8-5-3. St. Louis is 6-8-3 so far this season. Philly's actually lost 2 straight coming in. They lost to Ottawa and Edmonton at home, and now set out on the road, taking on a St. Louis team here that is just 2-8 straight up as a favorite. They're 2-8 straight up as a favorite. How bad is that? How are they not the team that has cost you the most money this season? They are pretty bad. They're down 5 units so far this season, including
Final.
4 units at home, a little more than 4 units at home. So, but they did win last time out. They won their last game against Calgary, of all teams, 3-2 at home.
Final.
St. Louis 1-9 is a puck line favorite. Philadelphia 8-2 is a puck line dog. Even at minus 200 for Philly, you got to figure they can stay within a goal if you want to play it that way. But they are 5-3-2 in their last 10. Talking about the Flyers, however, they are just 3-7 straight up as an underdog. St. Louis is 10-7 to the over this season. 7-3 to the over is a favorite. Philadelphia 7-9 to the under, but 5 up and 5 down, 5 overs and 5 unders so far as an underdog. Flyers come in here having won 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams overall. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under here between these two. Let's see what you have here in the chat with Philadelphia and St. Louis here tonight. Got to go over, right? With a 5.5, every game goes over. How many in a row is it? This series is a dead solid 4 of the last 5. I think I've got 5 in a row under, but maybe one was a 6.5. Okay, here we go. Greg 3-2 Flyers, 9 Legacy Flyers money line, and Kelly's going to lean to Philly here in this one. And like I said, I think with these 2 goalies here, Vladar, great numbers so far, and Binnington, he probably should be better than that, but I got to take the over in this one. Maybe it's a little bit of bias what Kelly was talking about, but I'm going to go under here in this one at a 5.5. Between Philly and St. Louis, Tariq will take the Flyers. Next up, the Islanders are on the road here, taking on the Jazz. Yeah, that should be good. What you need is a bunch of tall skaters out there. All right. Islanders and Mammoth here in this one. The Mammoth are a $2 favorite, 6.5 under, shaded to the under here, minus $1.15. Islanders have won 3 straight right now. Wins over the Rangers, over the Rangers, New Jersey, and VGK, all on the road. Tough road trip, right? 2 on the road, and then coming out here on the West Coast, they probably stopped it. They were probably at home there for a while because they had a couple nights off, but then took off. This is not, I don't believe, a 4-game road trip so far. They did beat Vegas, so 4-3 on the road last night, so it is a back-to-back here for the Islanders. You're taking on a Mammoth team here that is rolling at home. Mammoth are 5-1 straight up at home so far this season. 4-2 on the puck line, but 3-7 is a puck line favorite for the Mammoth. Meanwhile, the Islanders are 7-3 as a puck line underdog. Islanders are 12-5 to the over so far this season, 6-3 to the over here on the road. Looks like Rittich is confirmed in goal here, and I got Vejmelka's name spelled wrong in there. Rittich here, 3-2 with 3.4 goals against, 88.5% save percentage as the Islander backup. For Vejmelka, he's 8-4 with a 2.84 goals against and 88% save percentage so far this season. And this is it for the hockey. So you get one last chance to make your pick in the chat with me here right now. Let's see what you got. And it's going to be let's see here. Maybe nothing from you guys on this one, huh? 4-3 Mammoth here. Kelly says he's got all West Coast teams and all Western Conference and Eastern Conference games. That's interesting. Yeah, for sure, on a Friday. All right, I got to make my call here in this one. And, man, the Islanders are giving up a lot of goals. And if this total is going to be 6.5, I got to go with another over here. In fact, it's 6.5 everywhere. I can't get away with it. It's okay. There it is on the screen, 6.5. Give me the over in this one with the Islanders and the Mammoth. Maybe I am swayed a little bit by what I saw yesterday. All right, that's going to do it here. with let's go to college basketball here today, shall we? And it's going to be a fast segment because I think 3 of the plays have already been given because of the crazy steam here right now. I've already said what we had in this one, right? I like Illinois State in this one. The spread's not 17. That's for sure. It's down here to 15. Pretty much everywhere. There might be some 15.5s out there at DraftKings. I already said I'm on Illinois State. The steam came in on Illinois State, so I'm on them here, and I'll take them. In this one against Illinois State. Illinois State comes in here with a record of 1-1. USC, however, is 2-2 so far here this season. By the way, Central Michigan leading by 8 here with 3:46 to go in the first half. USC, with those 2 wins so far, covered the spread in both over Cal Poly and over Manhattan. Meanwhile, Illinois State coming in, they are 1-1, 1-1 against the spread. They won and covered against Cornell. They lost to Ohio by 4 as a 1.5-point dog. Illinois State 0-2 to the under so far. USC 1-1 with their over-under. There's a 10-point lead for Central Michigan here. And for me in this one, I'll go ahead and take Illinois State here over USC. Again, this one will be played in the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles. I'll take the Redbirds. All right, Mammoth. Let's see. Oh, Treat took some Mammoth there in that hockey game. And Greg said he got that 17 there. He got that 17 at DraftKings. A Chicago battle here with Northwestern and DePaul. And, hey, DePaul's looked okay so far, but, oh, man, come on. This is still DePaul. They're 2-1. Northwestern comes in 3-0 so far this season. Not only is Northwestern 3-0, they're 2-1 against the spread. They didn't cover in their opener against Mercyhurst, but they were favored by 26.5. They won by 23. They beat Boston U. They beat Cleveland State. They clobbered Cleveland State by 47 points as a 23.5-point favorite. Northwestern's looking pretty good. And not only that, they've got a pretty good player for sure so far. Look, it's early yet, but we know this this team here, like I said, good game so far. But Martinelli certainly has looked good. Page has looked good. Reed has looked good. They have a pretty interesting team here right now, and I don't know, but they are only favored by 5.5. The steam came in on DePaul, so I don't know if that, as much as I've been chasing this college basketball steam, I don't know if I can go get behind that. I'm gonna probably look at the total here in this one between Northwestern and DePaul. Both teams are 1-2 to the under so far here this season. So, it's just kind of bizarre there that the Sharps here are kind of moving on DePaul a little bit. I don't know if I necessarily buy it, but I'm going to go with the over here in this one with Northwestern and DePaul at 138. Is that right? Oh, okay. Lost my spot there. Too many games. There we go. Total right now. Oh, it's at 142. Okay, so no wonder. Okay, on the over, I guess they're at 142. It says 141 on the screen. I know it opened 138, so maybe I got carried away here. And I'll take the over, though. I'll take the over here. All right. Thank you, Kelly. Right? Yeah, DePaul used to be good. Hey, Truth Teller. Hello. Nice to have Truth Teller here. I think Greg is on Northwestern here a little bit. It's down to 4.5, actually. Like I said, that steam came in on DePaul. Maybe this is DePaul's game here. Also, there, I think that's an under for Greg. Okay. Here we go. Let's take a look at Providence taking on Colorado. Here in this one, you got Providence on the road, favored here by 1. It's moved to a pick 'em here in a lot of spots. In fact, Colorado may be a 1 point favorite at a few spots here currently. Total here in this one at 163 or so. Should be a high scoring game, huh? I would think so with these two right now. You got Providence coming in here 2-1. Colorado's 2-0 so far this season. Colorado with wins here over Montana State and Eastern Washington, but they failed to cover in both of those games. For Providence, meanwhile, they have a record here of 2-1 overall, but just 1-2 against the spread. They beat Holy Cross by 10, didn't cover 23.5. They lost to Virginia Tech 107-101, then bounced back with a win over Penn 106-81, covering 19.5. But both teams not a great cover after just a couple of games. But you know what they are? Oh, they go over. That's what they do. All 5 games that these two teams have played so far have gone over so far this season. Like I said, we talked about some of the games there featuring 100-point total, 100 points scored. So see what you got, though, here in this one. Providence and Colorado here in Boulder here today. And yeah, for me in this one, I got to go not under. I'm not going under at all. Here, I'm going to go with Providence here on the road over Colorado here. Give me the Friars in this one at a pick. And DePaul is terrible. They've been terrible a long time. Every once in a while, they jump up and have a little bit of a burst there. Back to for a time there, it was a year or two ago. They actually were playing pretty decent. Remember, Dylon last night said he liked Houston Cougars, and we just saw Coach Sampson hit another milestone victory. And look, year in and year out right now, this Houston team, they do it, and they do it with defense, right? I mean, they get you out there and kind of dominate you early there. So Dylon all over the Houston Cougars again. He said 10-1 to win the national championship. All right, hey, here's a good one, huh? Georgia Tech and Georgia. I think both teams are coming in here undefeated right now in this matchup. Yep, Georgia Tech coming in here 3-0 right now with the wins over Maryland Eastern Shore, Bryant, and Southeast Louisiana. But they're 1-2 against the spread, should be noted. They were favored in all those games, and now here they are getting 15.5 from Georgia. So I don't know. They've looked pretty okay winning the games. They just haven't covered double digits against a couple of these teams. Georgia, meanwhile, though, is 3-0 straight up, 3-0 against the spread. Now, they were favored big time in all those games. They beat Bellarmine by 49 points as a 23-point dog. They held Maryland Eastern Shore, remember, to 29 points and a 94-29 win, laying 34.5. And they beat Moorhead by 39 as a 28.5-point favorite. If you went by beating the spread margin, Georgia's the number 1 team in the country here right now. And often I like spread margin is usually one of my early indicators a little bit, but you know what? The move has been a little bit on Georgia Tech, and obviously they're playing well enough to win their games here early on. And after all, it is a bit of a rivalry game. Last year, Georgia won the game 77-69 on the road as a 2-point favorite. The year before that, they played at home here, won by 14 as a 5.5-point favorite. But Georgia Tech won the meeting back 3 years ago and 4 years ago. So let's see what you have here in this one with Georgia Tech and Georgia. Total there 151, but it's lower than that. I know there's been some steam here right now. Oh no, it's still 151.5. That settles it for me. I'm on the under here in this one. Give me the under. My numbers are coming in the 140s here, maybe even the high 140s, but I'm going to go under in this one between Georgia Tech and Georgia. The widely reported steam did come in on the under. It also came in on Georgia. It took the spread there from 15 down to 14, but it actually was dummied back up. So the steam really has not impacted the line in this game, but I think it is still fair to point it out after all the steam has been pretty hot. But I'm going to take the under in this one between Georgia and Georgia Tech today as my play here on the Morning Steam Show. All right. And yeah, Kelly, the nobody plays it really like Houston, right? And Georgia Tech, Greg says they haven't played anybody. No doubt about it. That's a pretty weak schedule. And Greg here, I think he likes, I think that's a play on Georgia for sure. He likes them by 27. and that's under as well. Tariq will take Colorado in that game against Providence. 9 Legacy likes Georgia to hammer the Yellow Jackets tonight. All right, Michigan and TCU. I think we talked about it already, right? The steam came in on the over, and there's nothing I can do. I mean, I'm on the over in this one. I've missed a couple of points here, and yeah, you know what? When these numbers get a little bit higher, it does feel a little bit tough. It's all the way up to 159.5 here right now. I'm on the over in Michigan and TCU. I don't know how much we'll preview it now because I've already said when that steam came in, I kind of had to give it away there a little bit. We do have another steam play right here, right now, coming in college football. Speaking of, North Carolina and Wake Forest steam to the under here in this one. It was already the lowest total, I think, of the week at 39, but the steam's coming in right now in the game between North Carolina and Wake Forest here this weekend with Uncle Bill. And it's down to here 38.5. Oh, no, lower than that. Here right now, 38. 38 juice to the under at BOL. Just in, Derek Lively upgraded to probable in tonight's game for Dallas. Seeing that injury information. That's a real notification that you just heard there in the back. Those are real notifications, not the fake notifications there. All right, so look, if you want to break down here, I know we're going kind of long, but don't want to go too crazy on some of these games, and especially the moves already come in a little bit. I was already on the over here in this one with Michigan and TCU, and hopefully you beat the line a little bit. Maybe if it goes up here now, you like the under, but I'm going to take the over in this one between Michigan and TCU and kind of keep the show rolling so we can get done with it. But let's see here. Yeah, let's keep it moving. I got another matchup of two undefeated teams here when it is going to be Troy and LMU. Actually, we already talked about it, right? I'm on the under. No preview necessary. The steam came in on the under. I was already on the under, and, well, it's not 141.5 anymore. It's actually down here now, too. Halftime, Central Michigan by 12 over Coppin. Okay, let me get the Troy game here, though. And already on the under, it's 139 now. And LMU is about a 3.5 point favorite or so, but I got to definitely update this total here. And like I said, when the steam came out, we had to kind of give the play away there a little bit. And I'll just take the under here in this one with Troy and LMU. But again, Troy comes in 3-0. LMU comes in 4-0. Troy did beat a non-Division I team in one of their games, so they're not totally beating up all Division Iers, but they did play Pensacola Christian last time out and beat them 121-56. They also beat Kent, and they beat Furman so far for a 2-0 spread record. Meanwhile, LMU is 4-0, but just 2-1 against the spread. They actually failed to cover against Eastern Washington, and they did play one non-Division I game as they beat Lincoln of California in their season opener. However, they beat Pine Bluff by 24 as a 20.5 point favorite, and they beat UTEP by 13 on the road as a 1 point dog. I'm going to go with the total here in this one under with Troy and LMU. And let's see here. Right. Kelly, thank you. I like this point a lot. I know don't tease basketball. You know what? When those totals on these when these steam moves are so hot like this, um, often I'm not really. Sometimes at 4 points, 5 points, that's a little bit hard to swallow. But you can find another team in the same category, right, where it's move 4 or 5, just tease those two together, kind of make it a small play. But I think that's the move you want to have because it's far more likely that that steam, when it's hot like this, is going to hit. So very interesting, Kelly. Thank you. All right. Andrew says that Carolina's not going to do anything against that Wake defense for sure. Thank you to AOD for being here today. Greg on Loyola Marymount there, but that is an under for Greg for sure. Tariq likes LMU. Nine Legacy's got their college basketball plays. St. Mary's, North Texas. Oh, no, it's St. Mary's, North Texas under, but watch out. St. Mary's could put up 90. Their team total in this game is like 71 or 72. Greg says Troy is garbage everywhere. And a couple more. Well, look, I mean, we're just rehashing. Let's get the show over with. I'm on UCLA here, and now they're only getting 2 now, but the steam came in, and I said, hey, we got to make the call right now with Arizona and UCLA. So UCLA is a dog here, and I like them against Arizona. I will throw in there that the steam did come in on UCLA while we're on the air here. Both these teams are 3-0. This one's going to be played also in the Intuit Dome. Here, Arizona, despite that 3-0 record, has failed to cover in each of their last 2 games. But after they upset Florida as a 3-point dog, they were laying 33 to Utah Tech and did not cover. They were laying 35 to NAU, did not cover those massive 30-point spreads. But here we're back in single-digit land. Meanwhile, UCLA is 3-0, but get this, they're 0-3 against the spread. They didn't cover. If you want to go with the other, teams that don't cover the spread by big margins, UCLA beat Eastern Washington by 6 as a 29-point favorite. They beat Pepperdine by 11 as a 29-point favorite, and they beat West Georgia by 21 as a 30-point favorite. So at least they're getting better. Maybe they're closing the margin here. Are they better? I'm taking UCLA tonight over Arizona. These two teams are combined 2-4 to the under so far here this season. All right. You know what, you guys? I have a mistake here, actually. I'm actually on Arizona in this game. My apologies here. I'm already on the record with Arizona, actually, so I cannot take UCLA. Look, I was tailing that steam a little bit there in this one, but I'm on Arizona, you guys. I'm sorry about that. Just read my notes wrong here. I haven't done that in a while. Probably in about 3 months, actually, but I'm on Arizona. The show's maybe getting a little bit too long here. My apologies. Okay, Greg says UCLA might win. Sorry about that, Greg. Yeah, you're on UCLA, no problem. I'm on a little bit wishy-washy there for sure on that one. The steam has me a little bit intimidated. Let's just say that. Let me go to one last game. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel there, and I just happen to be on Arizona already, you guys. Apologies. Terrell says Western Illinois will cover against Cal Baptist. Thank you. The steam came in on Baptist and under in that game, I will mention. And Robert there talking about that, Arizona. Thank you. Yep, I'm on Arizona. And again, sincere apologies there for that misquote. My sheet does get a little sketchy there with all my notes and everything there. So, okay, I got one more. Hopefully I get this one right with Gonzaga taking on Arizona State here. Gonzaga's looking really good here once again. Look, it's no secret, but they are 3-0 so far. But Arizona State is 2-0 so far this season. Arizona State wins over Southern Utah and Utah Tech. They didn't cover against Southern Utah, laying 17.5, but they won by 17. Utah Tech they defeated by 15 as a 12.5-point favorite. So ASU's done the job, but Gonzaga here, not only are they 3-0, they're 3-0 against the spread. They beat Texas Southern by 55 as a 30-point favorite. They beat Oklahoma by 15 as an 11-point favorite. And they beat Creighton by 27 as an 11.5-point favorite. Now, granted, all those games were on the road. Doesn't matter. I'm taking Gonzaga here again. They are laying 14 here now. Total is at 160.5. I've got Gonzaga here in this one. I will say the widely reported steam did come in on the under, so make note of that, but I'm not sure it's going to go under here with Gonzaga right now. They do seem to be – look, I'm sure that Gonzaga will once again go on to mess up somewhere and, end up being short of the Natty again. But for now, early season here, I think they're going to, pretty much go off. Maybe they'll work their way to number one, but they do got tough games here coming up. They play Kentucky in a few weeks here. That's really their toughest game of the season will be that Kentucky game, and I think it is a neutral site game. Actually, they're gonna that one is in Nashville. So, all right, that's it for the show. I feel bad about that play there, but oh no, let me see. Do I have one more here? No, that's it. We got to go, man. We've been here long enough. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining me here on the Morning Steam. Don't forget, check me out over at winnable.com. I got a package coming your way of college basketball plays for sure here in the next, maybe wrap it up and not. I got a big card here, but I'm going to knock some of them off here with some of these moves, but probably at least a half a dozen plays, I would imagine, here today, maybe even a second update on some of these. So go over to winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. Get packages from me, from Mike. We also want to apologize. Mike, we cut off the show yesterday. We never did the duck race. So I think we're going to be doing extra duck race or something, giving away some month-long subscriptions here on the next show, with apologies from all of us here. But make sure you follow myself, Mike, Jeff, and Sean on the Winnable team. Let's hear from Mikey.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, thanks a lot, and we'll bring up the drawing here right now and see. We got 38 commenters, and we'll do the drawing. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on the show. Let's see who wins today. Erwin, SF Niner, Greg, Distraction, Nuke, Dylon, Cash Kane, and Bard, Sports Money. It's our man, Fernando Mendoza, Heisman Trophy winner, in the bathroom with his phone on his headset. He's our man. He comes through for us every time. Thank you for Fernando, and I'll give you another month subscription. Fernando's probably up to a year by now with those subscriptions. Thank you, Fernando, for everything you do for us here on the channel with all of your great picks always coming in. And I really appreciate everybody joining me here on the show. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific with more Morning Steam. Don't forget Mikey Money joins you here, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, here for the action. I see Darius did miss weight for his bout there against St. Denis, huh? Okay, catch you tomorrow. Don't forget the live stream tomorrow with the UFC also. If I don't catch you in the morning there, you can join us for that coverage at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long. We'll catch you later on here on the Sports Money Network.
Escape from the team, call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.